Oh, look at that smooth transition. Hey, hi, hello there. Let me put on my serious face. I'm here to regale you with a tale. Starts about a couple years ago. I'm sitting there saying, man, I hate humans a lot. But that's why I'm fascinated. What do people who are not me, what do they do with their lives? And like, I'm not gonna ask them, that'd be rude. So I just speculate. And luckily, everyone just puts their lives onto YouTube for me to know all about. So that's been working out quite well for me. And I've been getting in from there, from watching those types of videos, your Christians and whatnot. Find myself loving all the drama commentary videos. And there would be ones, I think I watched one on Bathtub Ross. I know all about that.
Oh, nobody wants to listen to you. Somebody muzzle this.
Oh my God, you all shut the
Oh, Brandon, get this little mother. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You really
I don't need to know her. She's annoying and unfunny. Ross, why are you a pedophile? How about you answer that simple question?
Dude, that's what.
Edge Queen, do you do that or not? You want to
I don't do that.
Taking pictures of children.
You're trying to twist it like it's not normal. Are you fucking kidding me?
It isn't normal, you fucking degenerate.
And there was this guy named Metokur. And now Metokur would be on these streams getting in fights and whatnot with these people. And I noticed, dang, his banter is just quick. He is clever. I want to know more about this person. And then I went down the Mr. Metokur rabbit hole. I'm like, oh hooray, finally, someone can call Tumblr out for all their bullshits. I used to be a Tumblrina. I know what those people are about. And I think that is why I love this drama so much. I was at work and I saw there was like this huge stream, trigger warning media archived, all these Sargon gym fights. And I listened to this and I just knew minutes into the first stream that this drama was something special. It's like, I like reality TV, you know. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I know it's stupid, but I also love the drama on there. But I also know that it's really fake. So I've been loving YouTube drama because it's like these people actually put their careers and their clout and their reputation on the line when they get into dramas and start throwing videos and accusations at each other. And like this tale shocked me. There was like real world politics involved with this. So I'm getting like obsessed with all these videos. I'm listening to the Sargon drama and I'm like, there must have been a couple bad commentary videos where I'm like, dang, I think I could make a better video. And I'm like, I'm really thinking this Sargon crap is funny. So I'm gonna make a video of this. And I spent weeks and weeks doing research, collecting clips, re-listening to all the streams. And much like every big project I've ever tried to do in my life, I did like 20% of it and then never touched it again. And I was thinking to myself, that's kind of sad. I need to do something with it. So I thought this would be a great opportunity. I can show the beginning of it. It's only 17 minutes long. That's how far I got. And I'm going to tell the tale of Sargon and Jim, and I'm going to chill and listen to these clips. Going to have a fun old time. But I think my video kind of lays out pretty well who Sargon is. I didn't get to the Jim portion. June the King, he's been doing a lot of really great commentary videos. His documentary on Metokur is pretty cool. Brendan Buckingham did a pretty good interview with him as well. There's some information there if anyone doesn't know who he is. Everybody knows who he is though. Sargon though, maybe not everybody. Maybe Metokur's got some newer fans like me. Like I heard of all this drama in 2022. But you know, we already repeated 2016, so why not? Let's do a little time warp. But for right now, I'm going to play my video. I apologize if it's cringe. I made it a year ago, but it's more about the information it has. And then I'm not gonna make any comments over this one because you know it's my content. I don't have to. And there's only a couple things I gotta acknowledge at the end.
Sargon need more dopamine, more serotonin.
This was the first shot. In 2018, a simple tweet sharing this video started one of my favorite internet fights of all time. To qualify for a good internet slap fight, I'm looking for the following. Ego.
You're gonna feel really dumb. I'm not even joking, man.
Notoriety.
And Metokur. I mean, it's so obvious what he's doing. He's using every one of them.
If you Google my name on YouTube, you get shitheads like this dude who are making these dumbass videos.
Greed.
Sargon's platform on YouTube and on the internet is a declining entity at this point. He's not going to be earning the money that he used to earn, especially as more and more people poke holes at him.
Petty insults.
Hey, Taka, I guess my response to that would be, it's pretty ironic, a man raising another man's child calling me a cuck.
Oh my god.
Maybe make your own kid Sargon before you start slinging that insult, just saying.
False allegations.
It sounds like a 30-year-old man grooming a bunch of kids.
Problematic past.
You are acting like a bunch of niggas, just so you know. You act like white niggas. Exactly how you describe black people.
And a good old curb stomp.
I don't know, we'll find out when I stream snipe him. I live for this. I fucking live for this. Nothing makes me happier, so swing away, champ. Gamers rose up and then they sat back down.
They started playing their games again.
They're playing underwater chess. I'm playing 16th dimensional Settlers of Catan.
Before we get to the good stuff, I want to give a backstory on the individuals involved. We'll start with Sargon of Akkad. Real name Carl Benjamin, an atheist from the English town of Swindon. Benjamin started his YouTube career in 2013 and rose to popularity due to a Twitter spurgfest known as Gamergate. Y'all, I'm gonna be real with you, I've done a lot of research for this video, probably a bit too much, but I just can't be bothered to look much into Gamergate. Twitter's always been a toxic place, even in the 2010s before it was called X. I decided to play my PlayStation Vita instead, and my mental health thanks me for it, because I missed out on the one trash fire I didn't want to see burn to completion. There were garbage people on both sides. However, according to Sargon, no one was more intolerable and despicable than the SJWs. For those who weren't terminally on Tumblr back in the 2010s, an SJW, social justice warrior if you will, was the worst thing to be labeled as on the internet.
You're fucking a white male! You're a white man!
They were internet users that would act like they operated on good intentions when they would make signal boost posts declaring certain activities on the internet to be immoral, for they could offend certain groups.
These people are using social justice for personal gratification so they can try and exercise power.
In modern times, the SJW has been replaced with terms such as the blue-haired feminist and woke mob. I'm gonna have to agree with Sargon on this one. These moral grandstanding posts were completely intolerable to older adults who were more used to the Wild West politics of the internet, and didn't want to see others deplatformed and cancelled simply for using their right to freedom of speech. Sargon was able to capitalize on all this online strife with his anti-feminism commentary YouTube videos. I'm gonna put Sargon in the commentary channel category because most of his popular videos are literally static images spliced with the videos of he's critiquing.
To get attention from other gamers.
No, I'm fairly certain that everyone's going to be assuming you're doing it to get attention from social justice warriors.
Not much production value, as you can see. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the feminist SJWs at the time, but this commentary was just ignorant Twitter rage thrown at bad feminist takes on video games and comic books. I won't lie, I can barely get through any of Sargon's early content, but in fairness, it wasn't targeted at me, and the numbers did not lie, as he was easily able to make a living off both his Patreon and YouTube ad revenue well into 2018 with well-edited videos such as this.
That is fair enough though, isn't it? I mean, she could be having a rigorous intellectual debate with you, or she could be sat at home, half drunk and wanking furiously to the Twilight series.
And this?
I will pronounce precisely as it is written because it is a landmine of false capitalization and questionable grammar.
What the fuck is a landmine? Why did you put a D on the end instead of an E, you fucking idiot?
In the early days of his fame, Sargon decided to create his own original product rather than commentating on the work of others, and opened up a Kickstarter to develop his own mobile game known as Necromancer for Android and PC. The game didn't look very impressive, but he was able to meet his Kickstarter goal with just 77 backers, only to eventually cancel the project and refund the money 2 years later after no activity due to lack of interest. I guess he didn't have time to put more production value into his videos or make a quality video game, because in 2016 he was too busy tweeting things such as, "I wouldn't even rape you," @JessPhillip, #anti-rape threats, #feminism is cancer.
Sargon, despite living in the UK, really believes in freedom of speech. So do I. But you know, there's just things you don't say. Growing up, usually your mother teaches you, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't @ somebody on Twitter.
Jess Phillips, being a Labour MP who'd recently campaigned about the harassment and constant rape threats she was being tagged in, feminism's cancer, Is it so hard to believe a female wouldn't enjoy getting these tweets on a constant basis? Indeed, 2010's internet was a different world, but this tweet of Sargon's, dare I say it, is a pretty bad take. A former member of Gamergate doesn't need to have good takes or make video games anyway. Not when it's so much easier to dunk on feminists with YouTube videos. His favorite feminist to dunk on, of course, being Anita Sarkeesian, the absolute bane of his existence.
Anita, if someone with your scale, your reach on social media, is incapable of increasing the sales and playing figures of a video game, what use are you to anyone, anywhere?
He made not just one video on her, or a few, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, some trash about her, some more Anita victim narratives. We're up to 8. There's her name again. 9, 10, 11 Gamergate playlist. Over numbers in the double digits about this woman. I'm not a fan of this woman, but I think her frustration was a bit justified. How would you feel if a YouTuber from a different country garnered a following and enough money to live off of just by criticizing you and other SJWs all day long? However, the irony of it was Anita didn't make Sargon popular simply by his disagreements with her gender identity politics in video games. What helped him and other content creators get to the top was Anita's decision to turn off comments in her YouTube videos, supposedly to prevent harassment, but really it seemed to stop any criticism from getting through. By doing this, Sargon and others had no choice but to respond to her videos by making their own, which would frequently be recommended by the algorithm. Anita and Sargon found themselves in a symbiotic relationship of sorts. Anita would profit off of feminists and SJWs by being a figurehead to those who felt harassed by male gamers online, and Sargon would profit off of criticizing her videos, which were seen as a form of harassment, and the cycle would continue again and again, reaching its boiling point at VidCon 2017. Sargon and several people critical of Anita took up the first 3 rows in a panel she'd be on. All they did was sit in their seats, but Anita created conflict right away, calling out Sargon and labeling him a garbage human being.
Well, I could be wrong, but I think there's someone in the front row that is a notorious harasser of mine that's filming this panel, so I think it's important to keep having these conversations. Yeah, right? If you Google my name on YouTube, you get shitheads like this dude who are making these dumbass videos.
Why don't we just talk?
Whatever, dude.
Exactly.
But it's, you know, like the fact
to say that someone is a worthless human being because he instills people with their own humanity, with their own self-determination to achieve the things that they want to, and at the same time preaches victimhood, which steals your humanity from you, and say that he's a bad person for that. She is the worst kind of person. She is the kind of person who perpetuates everything that will steal from you all of who you are. It will be gone because of people like her.
She continued the role of aggressor and displayed her inability to take criticism during the question and answer segment, where she had anyone who asked her a question she didn't like removed from the line.
Freak out about, like, no.
See, you're just mocking me.
If you talk about one community facing harassment, that's not to say that no other communities face harassment.
See, you're harassing me right now when I'm.
Can we please remove this question on schedule?
I think women are stronger than I think they can handle being called a bitch online and not have to.
Can we have the next question then, please?
They had said that, you know, they're worried about something going on, and then she just said to the head of security, well, she's a public figure, she's attacking the audience, and she should be able to endure that, you know, she should be able to take it. And they were like, you know, that's a good point. And that's why they didn't chuck us out, they didn't do anything to us, and Anita is now the one abusing the audience.
Sargon being called a garbage human being got him YouTube mainstream attention, furthering his popularity as commentators such as Keemstar and Philip DeFranco pointed out the hypocrisy of the panelists complaining about harassment, when she herself was the one insulting guests who spent good money on a ticket for the event.
He and his companions were doing this not just to me, but to other women as well. Women like Kat Black and Francesca Ramsey, so that we are all aware at VidCon that this man who has harassed us and whose hundreds of thousands of followers have attacked us online for years is here watching us. It's a deliberate act to create an environment that feels hostile, to communicate to us that if and when we dare to show up in public to express the ideas that we express online, the harassment will follow us into the physical world as well. So stemming from that, I want to throw in my opinion. That statement's a little bit complicated. There's no doubt in my mind that Anita Sarkeesian and the people that she mentioned have been the targets of harassment in the past. No doubt. This is, I think, something that Sargon himself would even acknowledge. At this VidCon, after he made up with someone that he had a huge problem with in the past, feminist Lacey Green, he tweeted about how that conversation opened up his eyes, how some of his followers crossed the line, and said to Sarkeesian if that was the same case for her, he apologizes for that. I also think it's important, while we take harassment very seriously, we realize that debate or being critical of someone's opinions, that's not always an attack. In fact, more and more these days, I feel like people see criticisms as just hate and attacks on them. But to say that this man just showing up to see this panel was threatening and harassment, I find that ridiculous.
After all this time criticizing SJWs and feminists, he was finally able to obtain their power playing the victim card. Getting so much mainstream attention, he was even invited to be a guest on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, you guys, I've been dealing with some people who are fucking idiots.
I get it.
You know, and I've had to be like really, really specific, because there is a group of people online who know that I'm right, and they don't like that I'm right.
They don't like you're right?
Oh no, they hate that I'm right.
Are we talking about Anita Sarkeesian again?
Her fans, they hate me. And I don't want to give them any more ammunition than necessary.
I feel bad that she's not defending herself, or doesn't have the opportunity to.
When she called me a piece of shit and a garbage human, I had said nothing up until that point, so I just yelled back, I just want to talk. And she was like, oh, whatever, dude. That I stormed the stage and started screaming abuse at her. They're saying that. They'll probably...
Who is saying that?
Journalists and like the
actual journalists, pull up of an actual article.
Well, no,
tell me an actual article that said that.
There probably aren't any yet, but I bet you tomorrow going on there are articles about me, and some of them will say something like I abused her, or she is somehow the victim.
Pause. Do you not understand the irony?
What?
Of we're talking about people labeling themselves as victims, and you are labeling yourself as victim of a crime that has not occurred.
No,
you're talking about articles that are being written by journalists and videos that are being made, but they have not been made yet. And then you're saying, just watch, they are going to be made. Let's switch gears, because I think people listening to this who have no idea who the fuck Anita Sarkeesian is and don't even know who you are, there's a lot of people listening to this. I would like to get to more interesting things. Okay, because I think you're an interesting guy.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're a little wrapped up in this right now, which is okay. I understand it's very personal.
It's, and I'll tell you what, it was.
But you're a very smart guy, and your videos are excellent. Videos are excellent.
Another event that took place 2017 was #FreeSargon. Carl believed he was wrongly suspended from Twitter for his tweet about his...
No, I'm sorry. This is gonna be the one time... Well, there's not many more minutes of this left, but... Is Joe Rogan taking the piss out of us? This is why it was important to share these clips, especially the Joe Rogan one. It tells you everything you need to know, and he sees Sargon for what he is. It's like, you're the one out here calling all these SJWs special snowflakes and whatnot, and you're being persecuted. You believe you're being persecuted of a crime that hasn't even been committed yet. Like, that whole interview was very cringe. And the fact that Joe Rogan's like, you seem like a very interesting guy. Your videos entertain. He never watched. We'll get into it later. Sargon's videos are just static images and him bitching about women and shit. Like, they're nothing too deep.
Another event that took place 2017 was #FreeSargon. Carl believed he was wrongly suspended from Twitter for his tweet about Islamic immigrants in the UK resulting in terrorist attacks, but spoiler alert, he was actually banned for sending big black cocks to people he believed to be in the alt-right.
Have you seen his Twitter account when he spammed black dicks at everyone for 2 weeks?
Yeah, but the difference is that porn is legal.
How he got suspended? Oh
yes.
yeah, sorry.
No,
He was,
no.
No, he was
don't.
suspended for tweeting out black dicks at people for a week.
He went on 2 or 3 separate sprees of spamming interracial porn.
You know, you guys are in tight, okay? But from the outside third party, looking in, like where I sit, when Sargon got banned, everyone was like, well, this is bullshit. Obviously, they're after him. He was a martyr, right? Up until this moment right now, I had no idea he was spamming big black cocks at me.
This is not correct.
Now I get it.
However, this newfound popularity would be the peak of Sargon's YouTube career, as his next move found him dabbling in real politics. That's right, real politics. Not gamer politics, and he soon discovered it was a completely different circle. He had been able to hold his own against SJWs, but in the world of political debate, he found a new enemy on the complete opposite spectrum. The alt-right. Sargon's political beliefs are what us in the US would consider very right-leaning. Anti-SJW content attracted a few toxic individuals that most would label as neo-Nazis and alt-righters. Garnering that kind of audience isn't a good way to move forward as a content creator, no matter how much you enjoy the pull board on 4chan. So he needed to find a way to let these individuals know they weren't welcome in his community, something he only did when it became financially viable for him, I might add.
We are pioneers and trailblazers. We fight for freedom. We transform our dreams into the truth. Our struggles will become a nation.
Kekistan.
Get out of my street, normies!
A fictional country created by pool users on 4chan that was highly promoted by Sargon, taking the credit for its popularity. We had Gamergate happened, but Twitter toxicity was at an all-time high due to the election of Donald Trump. A lot of meme warfare was used by the alt-right, meaning slurs and pepes were flying everywhere, and our poor green frog buddy was now seen as a hate symbol. But luckily the Keks, as citizens of Kekistan were called, were here to take their frog back, claiming him as a prophet from all the Twitter bigots and neo-Nazis.
The whole point of Kekistan is taking back Pepe from you douche nozzles trying to, meme your way into some sort of interesting political position. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody ever fucking cared about you. You're cringy as fuck. The whole meme is just to take the piss out of you.
Kekistan is about the sovereignty of the individual, and I am Kekistan.
I am Kekistan.
I am Kekistan.
I am Kekistan.
אני ציוני, ואני קקסטן.
من كاكستان هو.
Soy Kekistan.
أنا كاكستانية.
I'm Kekistan.
I was unaware that the meme frog became a hate symbol, and as I typed this script, all I can think is that all the individuals involved in this really needed to go outside and touch some grass.
The only issues, I think I got the Sargon stuff down pretty well. The timeline's just confusing to me on when Kekistan takes place in relationship to UKIP and the Liberalist. And I'm gonna be real, I'm American, he's British, I don't really understand his politics or his political leanings, and I am very understanding that they are different than ours, and they don't have freedom of speech the way we do. So I do have empathy for Sargon, but well, at least I would if I knew all the backstory going in on these streams. I started when the stream starts with, "You're gonna look real dumb, Jim, when this is over." I'm like, I don't know who you are, Sargon of Akkad, but I can tell there's gonna be some sweet drama. But now, something else important about my video. While I was making it, Sargon deleted all these Gamergate era videos off his YouTube channel. I'm sure he's big enough, I'm sure they've all been archived. I've got a couple of them. But I think it's very helpful that I've got the recording of me scrolling down to every single video that has Anita Sarkeesian in the title. And I think there was 13 plus. That is a kind of a ridiculous amount. I think that they were both grifters. Here's the thing, okay. So I said in the video, I don't know anything about Gamergate. I didn't know anything about Gamergate when I made the video, but from listening to all these internet blood sports and all the drama of the past, I prefer old drama. There's things going on with Destiny right now. I don't care because I don't want spoilers. Because 2 years from now, when someone does all the research on who's innocent, who's guilty, someone's going to make a banger video essay, and I'm going to enjoy watching the video essay. But if I have real life facts, I'm going to get spoiled, and then I'm going to have an opinion, and it might be ruined later when I watch the videos. It's just better to ignore current drama. I love going to the old drama 2 years later. That's how I found this whole Sargon thing. This is what I learned about Gamergate from context. Now, I know a blowjob may or may not be involved. Zoe Quinn is worth mentioning because she is very important. There will be a trigger warning for this stream. Ethan Ralph, the kill stream. That is where most of this drama takes place, and it was crazy to me to hear these streams and be like, oh my gosh, there was a time where Ethan Ralph was not pilled out and crazy and beating women every time you see him. He like seems coherent, and he's kind of with the banter. He's kind of funny. I got a couple chuckles out of him. So this stuff kind of makes me depressed the Ethan Ralph way. But so from all this type of Ethan Ralph related thing, I think I got Gamergate figured out. Zoe Quinn's a very important figure because I guess her boyfriend was a video game reviewer and there might have been sexual favors exchanged for like a better game review. I just know a blowjob was involved. But anyway, this blowjob was trouble to video game journalism. And then next thing you know, a couple of them gamers, well, they rose up, by the way. That's very important to this story. They all got their like controllers and they like raised them to the moon, like a Children of the Corn book or something. That's what they did. And gamers rose up, and then they would be like, whammon, they're the problem. And then women would be like, oh my gosh, can you believe these gamers are harassing us? And then there was a girl named Anita Sarkeesian. I think she made a video game. I'm not sure. Sargon says she did. I don't care enough to look it up. Like I said, I was lost when it came to this Kekistan and Gamergate, whatnot. Oh yeah, I was trying to describe Gamergate. Well, Metokur was also in Gamergate, and I guess he left 2 weeks in because he said it became a whole bunch of grifters stealing money off people, and it seemed like there was grifters on both sides. Sargon would be like, oh man, whammon, and then Anita Sarkeesian would be like, gamermen, and then everybody got money in their GoFundMe. They all profited each other. So I was thinking, since I have a couple of the videos, I was thinking about reacting to one of Sargon's old videos. I have not watched any of them all the way through. I doubt I'll be able to, but I want to see the Who is Harassing Anita Sarkeesian video.
What I couldn't say is fuck you. To the thousands of men who turned their misogyny into a game in which gendered slurs, death, and rape threats are weapons used to try and take down the big bad villain, which in this case is me.
There's nothing quite like a good bit of humble bragging, is there? But we'll come back to that in a minute. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to talk about who is harassing Anita Sarkeesian. A few months ago, Anita posted on...
Who is it? I'm gonna put my... It's either 12-year-olds... Deagle Nation doesn't count, that wasn't real, even though that would have been pretty funny if someone did take like a paperclip crossbow to Israel to assassinate Brianna Wu or whatever that Deagle Nation was planning on doing. That'd be pretty top. But like, I think Sargon's gonna figure out the mystery, because it's definitely not him. He is no common denominator in any internet trouble at all. He is a good boy who's just a nerd that wants to make his video game.
Her Tumblr account. 1 week of harassment on Twitter. Ever since I began my Tropes vs. Women in Video Games project 2.5 years ago, I've been harassed on a daily basis by irate gamers, angry at my critiques of sexism in video games.
Excuse me? You just can't say irate gamers. There is the irate gamer. You know, the angry video game nerd that like... The angry video game nerd clone, of course, that like solves ghost mysteries. Can't... Dude, this is the most exciting a Sargon video's ever been, I'm gonna be real. There's a reason why I can't get through him. He's just so dry, so British, so... He actually put a clip in it, though. That's high editing for Sargon. Usually it is still images and graphs. I researched all this. I'm like Alex Jones. I had the folder of all the Sargon shit, including this videos. I did the research, and I don't know what's going on. The reason why I don't think I can complete my video and, like, accurately report this story is, like, the UKIP thing is... It's not even UKIP. UKIP is a British political party. I asked the whole 2 British people I knew how this works. I also asked them if King Arthur existed, and one said yes, and one said no. So I don't know what's going on there, but they told me that UKIP is the political party that had the guy who smokes the cigars. Whoever that is. But then he stopped being in UKIP, and I think that's kind of Sargon's fault, because him and a whole bunch of YouTubers joined it and were an embarrassment. But I don't understand what any of this political stuff was. I was too stupid while researching it, I guess. But UKIP isn't even the confusing part. It's before that, Sargon calls himself a liberalist. I don't know what that means, because he seems very right-leaning, But I guess it's like we're gonna fix the liberals is what he was going for, but I just need to bring that up because we're gonna need context for when we get to the good shit. I'm already bored by this, Sargon. You're boring me. Okay, let's at least read mean insults thrown at Anita Sarkeesian.
Jay McClay says, at FemFreak, I hope every feminist has their head severed from their shoulders. From a tiny account from a user whose interest seems to revolve around sports.
I just sort of ignore them as they come through.
Zambi says, at FemFreak, fuck you, attention whore, fuck off. Another tweet that is clearly a reaction to something presumably incendiary that Anita Sarkeesian has tweeted. And it seems to have come from, well, an angry gamer.
Telling women to shut up about video games on the Twitter. It's the angry Zambi video game nerd. I don't know what the fuck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I inflicted you with that. But listen. It's just... Why is Sargon? Sargon is like Anita Sarkeesian's Batman, dude. He is detectiving this. He is tracking down all of her harassers to see where they live, what's their age. Sargon is not a liar. This video is called Who is Harassing Anita Sarkeesian, and he is actually doing the research. So can't even fault him for this video, honestly. He's doing the work.
Offended gamer revolt. In fact, I could only find 3 tweets to Anita Sarkeesian that included the hashtag Gamergate. Verified news, at FemFreak, at Stephen at Home. How the fuck did you make this about feminism? Gamergate is about something completely different. Dumb bitch.
Yeah, that thing that no one knows who it was unless they lived it on Twitter. How dare you not know that?
Evidently referring to Anita Sarkeesian's appearance at the Colbert Report to talk about how Gamergate was all about her.
Why was she on the Colbert Report, though?
This is not harassment, although I am willing to concede that it's not very polite. And it's worth noting that this was the only tweet about Gamergate that this account has made. Jonathan Iron says, at FemFreak, you are not a real gamer, go die, get out of here. Hashtag Gamergate, hashtag fuck you.
So this is his content, like this is like Twitter versus, I guess, but it's just like, here's a whole bunch of messages calling Anita a dumb bitch in my video. Like, is he trying to prove she's not being harassed? Maybe we're all just viewed it wrong because it is called Who is Harassing Her and he's figuring out the mystery. But like, I'm hearing like someone get dunked on and I'm not having fun. So people watch this shit in 2018. This was high content. He had 1 million subscribers. This was what they wanted. Let's read tweets about this woman that I hate so much, even though 80% of my content is all about her. And here's the news. Okay, what's he say about Stephen Colbert? Oh, graph.
That total revenue came in Q4 after the threat at the University of Utah. I mean, I'm not saying that it pays handsomely to cancel a speech you're supposed to be doing at the University of Utah.
Okay, I think what's going on here is she'll cancel events and be like, I had to cancel an event because there was someone threatening at the convention, a harasser of mine. And Sargon is very concerned because people spent money on tickets to come see her. We're all users at the end of the day, but Sargon was a user that had clout. JonTron, I don't care that people say he's a neo-Nazi or whatever. I don't think he is. He was friends with Ethan Klein. I think what happened was he hung out with Sargon too long. Sargon was a bad role model. I think JonTron, like, well, let's be real, like, I don't think JonTron is the smartest tool in the shed. And once you understand Sargon and the shit he was spouting, we don't even need to talk about the Richard Spencer debate, because it'll come up in the streams. But he's just a special kind of user. And even this, he's literally crying that Anita Sarkeesian, the people who spent tickets to see her, will screw them because she had a harasser. Like, he's concerned.
Even though the police have confirmed that there was absolutely no threat, the facts are saying that Anita withdrew from giving a speech due to her receiving a threat that was deemed not credible.
I'm kind of used to it at this point, which is sad, and like it doesn't no way means that it's acceptable, but I just sort of ignore them as they come through.
But you know what, I don't want to say that there is incentive to do this. It's not like she gets treated as a special victim and paraded around on mainstream television or makes hundreds of thousands of dollars directly after it, probably as a result of it. I mean, those things are all true, but I'm not saying that that's the reason that she...
Oh, kind of like Sargon does when he monetizes these videos crying about how Anita Sarkeesian's a victim. That's just what makes, like I said, Sargon a special person and why this drama is just so great. Because he thought he had a chance.
But you know what, let's have a quick look at the threat. I think it's a very interesting threat, and I think we should definitely check it out. This threat is a bizarre thing. For example, the first line. This is a warning to all staff and students at Utah State University. Why would someone who is going to commit a mass killing send a warning to the people they're going to kill first? What a perplexing thing to do. It would really rather defeat the purpose of going out and committing a mass shooting if you were to tell people where you're going to do the shooting.
Whatever he's talking about is boring. I got a more exciting story. So Zoe Quinn, the Project Zero, the Patient Zero for Gamergate here. There's another user that Metokur dealt with named Mundane Matt. Now Mundane Matt also profited off of these. The feminist side of Gamergate, I guess, profited off of this because he made a video criticizing Zoe Quinn, and Zoe Quinn copyright struck it, you know, doing the no-no where you use copyright strikes to silence criticism. Well, Mundane Matt got a cry victim, and that's what got him all of his subscribers, because everybody was like, boo, Zoe Quinn's a false flagger. Now, famously, Matt Jarbo turned into a false flagger himself and false flagged Ethan Ralph.
Matt, I want you to say right now to the fucking to the stream for Dame Pesos. I want you to say, "I am sorry, I am a soy-filled bitch," and flagged your fucking videos.
I am sorry. I am sorry that I flagged them.
No. I am for doing what you did. I am sorry. I am a soy-filled bitch and flagged your videos.
I'm sorry. I'm a soy bitch. There we go.
Put it on the soundboard.
Yeah.
And then famously, Ethan Ralph started false flagging people.
So yeah, I don't think that's
well. Let me ask you this. And I want an honest answer. How many fucking people have you flagged? Like literally, because I did 13. It was stupid, but that's the number. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get into.
Nah, but dude, that's the thing, man. You went at me for a long ass fucking time. All right, you went at me for a long ass time over my kid.
It doesn't matter if you yell about your.
Nah, all I'm pointing out, man, is like if you want me to have empathy over you having a daughter in a couple months.
I don't care about your empathy. I hope you die in a ditch.
I'm sure you fucking do hope I die, but the reality of it is we're here and I'm not dead.
I literally don't care, Matt.
You do care. You obviously care because you bring it up a lot. And he quit.
Oh, did he really leave?
He really left, yeah.
Like Zoe Quinn is like the freaking YouTube rule breaking AIDS, I guess, because like everybody just got contaminated, and the beginning of the contamination can be seen with this drama. I think I'm gonna get right into it. I have a doc since I was doing all this research for the video I'm not gonna complete, where I've got all the timestamps for just the most entertaining shit. And as lore comes to me, I'll just drop it in, because there's Jim Metokur was also involved in Gamergate, but not really. All right, start it up.
Like I'd say like 6 or 7 months back, there's these people that put out a animated show called Murdoch.
Okay.
And they had a clip.
Oh, well, you know, he's the man himself is going to explain it. I really like Trigger Warning Media is the archiver that put all these up, and he's got like the backstory first in part 1, and then it goes into all the like, you know, raw footage of everything, and I appreciated that. That's all.
Sargon in it. And it's him basically getting a big head and getting full of himself, trying to be a politician, surprisingly. And there's this clip where he turns into like the Akira baby monster at the end, and he starts screaming, "Sargon needs more dopamine." And I thought that was funny as fuck. So I retweeted that, and it like kicked off this sequence of events where his friend wanted me to come on stream, and he asked somebody else to ask me to come on, and I don't know what it's about, so I go on the stream, and there's Sargon in the chat just flipping his shit at me. So I tell him to get on, and Sargon lays it out, and he's like, "Oh, Jim, you should have been a leader in Gamergate. You were a coward, and you need to."
Actually, I wanna listen to those things raw on their own, because it's great. But here, I will give some lore drop. The reason why Sargon was like a big enough deal to make fun of him was because Andy Worski of AIM fame.
Stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Stay the fuck back. Stay back. Stay the fuck back.
Back when he was doing coke and really wanted to be edgy. did Warski Live. It was internet blood sports. People come on and scream at each other and give us super chats. It's a good time. Well, the Charlottesville thing had happened where a whole bunch of, racists ran around with tiki torques cosplaying or doing whatever they do. Andy Warski got Richard Spencer on to debate Sargon, because even though Sargon's like right-leaning, he don't like racist. And Richard Spencer told Sargon that you are not as smart as you think you are, because like none of Sargon's arguments made any sense. Like they were just like, one of them pseudo-intellectual battles. And like ever since then, Sargon's been struggling confidence-wise. Not that he'll admit it because he's a man. I mean, the very first freaking interaction right here, it's just gold.
The thing is, Jim, is that like, I just think you're going a little bit too far with this. Like, I realize that
I'm not on anybody's side. If I think something.
Okay, though, for context, so Jim made fun of the dopamine Akira baby, and then Sargon and all of his capos got mad at Metokur, because people like Metokur, and they don't want Metokur to make fun of them, because it's basically like high school, this whole group of internet people right here. So what winds up happening is Sargon has these capos, and I need to go down the list. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to add all lore and context here. The capos are as following: the Quartering, Mr. Piss in the Basement, the Quartering. We got V, he's a furry from Romania. That's what I know about him. Short Fat Otaku's here. Just a whole bunch of Gamergate old heads, and like they're like his cult followers, like Kekastanis. And they do what he says, and they come on to, because he was making fun of, they all rose up to defend him. That's what this person, this friend with the goat avatar, I guess, it's been a while since I researched this, is bringing the stream because he wants to bring these people together. They can't deal with opinion bashing and bullying. They are the liberalists. They're the let me try to say it. They're the liberalist at this moment. UKIP hasn't been established. Okay, here we go.
Thing is dumb and gay, I'm gonna fucking laugh at it. I don't care if it's you or the alt-right or anybody else. If it amuses me, I'm going to laugh at it. This
fair enough.
amuses me.
You're free to do so. I'm not telling you can't.
So how am I going too far? Like too far in what direction? Laughing at shit?
I just think that you're taking advantage of something you're misunderstanding, and then you're misconstruing it, and it's just weird. It's like, I don't want you to do it.
Man of the hour.
All right,
Jim, you sound kind of rustled. What's going down?
I don't know. Did you send Lewis here to talk to me? Because I was making...
Yeah, Lewis. Lewis is basically here to say stop opinion bashing and stop bullying and we can all be friends. Here we go. Sorry, they're all going to talk it out. Like, I'm a liar. There's no drama here. They're all going to get this all talked out. And Jim's going to learn the error of his ways.
Making fun of some dumb shit?
No, he wanted to talk to you.
Because, Sargon, I noticed you did the same thing with V when he got pulled into something after you told him not to do it, and then he ended up in there, and then you were in the comment section talking. I don't know. That's a little weird. It's a little coincidental.
Jim,
I talk to my friends.
Mysteries of the universe.
I talk to my friends. Is that okay with you?
I don't know.
You don't know if it's okay. I talk to my friend.
If you don't know who these people are or what's going on, this does sound very high school. Metokur included. I was talking to my friends. Is that a problem with you? Why do you always need V to like wrangle and start the chats? This is why I love internet drama. Like it's high school drama with all the stakes of careers and whatnot.
I don't know if I should give you permission or not.
Jim,
that's the thing that you're gonna have to come to terms with, isn't it?
So Sargon, what's with the fucking fart huffing?
Well, I think Louis explained it.
Well, you can explain it, because he does he speak for you?
Yes, he's my minion.
Yeah, not yet. He's got to pay me. The check hasn't cleared yet, so I'm waiting on that.
Jim, honestly, are you not like watching your own reaction to this?
Yeah, all I know is I'm making some jokes on Twitter. I get pulled in here. You're in the comment section, and now you're in the call.
Here, didn't you? I mean, this is so weird. Should we just let the SJWs carry on unopposed? Because it'd be.
Oh my God, Sargon! Yeah, we need the freedom fighter of Sargon of Akkad to go win the West for the world.
We don't.
This is the rub. This is why this is so funny, because Sargon really does act like the world is on his shoulders. In a Deadwing Dork stream, you had Blue. I found out about the Blue Puffball. He's this Thomas the Tank Engine user who had like 500 subscribers, and he acts like his videos are gonna stand the test of time, and his word is like gold.
A lot more deeper than that, and I will explain more of it in my next thing. Finally, and most importantly, don't view this video as a simple exposing video, where I just explain about all the negatives about Hayden and be done with it. That's not how it's gonna work here. View this video as a video that someone can go back to and watch it again and again for other generations to come. View this video as a lesson to children starting off on YouTube on how to become a great and successful channel and not to repeat the same mistakes as Hayden did. Because the purpose of this video is to spread awareness to the fandom that even though the Thomas fandom is full of toxic and rude people, the best we can do is to show the good in everyone and try to fix our mistakes in their past, rather than creating more problems.
And we need to bring fascism back to the Thomas the Tank Engine or whatever. Sargon is absolutely no different. He thinks he's important in that his anti-Gamergate movement that everyone else has moved on from is important as well. We'll just keep going. It'll be very obvious that I'm not lying here. Like, that is, Sargon wants to save the West, everybody.
Without you, we'll be in shackles. We need you to save us.
Probably
this
not.
Weak and stupid is the greatest weaponization against
that's the thing. At least he wants to do something, and that's all I think is something. It's all I'm recognizing here is that he's one of the few people that actually wants to try something, and I'm like, good, let's do it. Like, what's wrong with that?
And like I said, I find it funny how he's going about it, and I find the name to be funny.
It's the only one I could think of. I mean, it logically makes sense, and it's not already taken. So
they're talking about all these people are part of the liberalist. Yeah, this guy be sweeping before sweeping was a term. At least Sargon's doing something. He shows up to politics. The rest of you just tweet. Doesn't matter how cringy Sargon is. He does things.
Why didn't you go with individualist?
Because it's a description of what a liberal is. It's a component of liberalism.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think
liberalist
Jim,
is a bit on the nose.
Honestly, when someone who understands political philosophy explains to you why, like, being shocked that a group of individualists can form a group, you're going to feel really dumb. I'm not even joking, man.
Oh my God, do I need to read more? Do I need to read some more Locke to get up on your level? To get up on your
There it is. Like, it's not even hidden. Sargon is smarter than you because he reads books. What books did you read? Jim, what books do you read? Like, you just see the snobbery. You see why this drama is great, because this right here is like a petty Hans Gruber who needs taken down, needs to die hard, and he picked a high school level fight with the correct person to get that.
Level and understand things better?
It's not like my level, it's just what the things mean.
This is pretty basic, man. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
It's
why I wanted to talk to you. It's really why I wanted to talk.
I don't think so, Lewis. What I think is that you didn't like me making fun of this. And so this just comes across as really...
It's uncool. It's
gay.
Totally uncool, dude. It's don't get me wrong, right? I agree with you. It is the lamest fucking thing. You are way cooler than this, and I don't know why you're wasting any of your time on it.
Well, because I was invited. The quartering said Lewis wanted to talk, so I was like, all right, I'll pop in.
Well, he did. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, it's totally fucking lame. I agree with you.
Okay. Well, this was educational,
Well,
Sargon.
before you go, did you want to tell people what you did believe? Because I know you were going to change the world
with your SJW videos. I look forward to winning the West.
Are you running away?
I said I look forward to...
I think that's why people like Metokur, no matter how, like, I don't know what joke this Steven Universe thing here is trying to make, but I am sure it is very problematic. I don't even know what the t-shirt says. But, like, people like him no matter what, because he's the only person that's got, like, semi-fame on the internet that is grounded and understands what real life is, understands that, like, calling people out for what they do. Sargon, you make anti-SJW content on the internet. You're not the savior of the West. Like, he just calls it as he sees it, and everybody appreciates that about him.
You winning the West. I'm giving you congratulations. I'm so in your camp.
That's the thing, isn't it? You agree with what I believe.
No, I don't, because I think it's dumb what you're doing. I think that this organization and politicalization of your YouTube videos is fucking retarded.
Not my method of action, but what I believe you agree with, don't you?
Okay, list your beliefs off. Let's go down the list.
Sure. I think we should have individual rights. We should have freedom of opportunity. We should have access to markets, personal responsibility. I mean, are there any things here that you're disagreeing with?
Oh, wow. What crazy political beliefs there, Sargon. The thing that just everybody wants that isn't offensive to anybody. God, he's just such a scholar. No one else wants this. He is like leading a movement. He's going to educate the people. He's the new Jesus.
Well, is there anything that specifically nails that down as liberalism? Is it, like compared to conservatism?
Political philosophy, commonly known as liberalism.
Yeah, I'm saying what differentiates what you just said in the vaguest of terms from conservatism?
Conservatism is a variant of liberalism. It's like a modern bifurcation of it. But the problem, I don't think you you must understand that we're currently facing people who, I mean, the reason I'm talking about it on these like basic principle level is because the people we're dealing with disagree on the basic principle level.
And what people are you disagreeing with? Because you talked about your enemies in that video. So who are your enemies?
The SJWs and the alt-right. Any
okay, wait, no.
Well, the way the internet works, that's just like everybody in the world against him. The SJWs and the alt-right. My gosh. Yeah. So Sargon is like straight up explaining his political beliefs, and can you understand why I had a hard time like reporting it? Like gathering information, because he's the only source and I'm confused. Actually, fuck JonTron. I don't know how the hell you hang out with Sargon. It must just be word salad you into thinking he's smart and you're just like, oh, whatever he says. Oh, he likes freedom. I like freedom. Oh, he's smart.
So the alt-right is your enemy.
Yeah. Have you not looked at the way they treat me?
Did they not treat you kindly?
Do you think they did?
I don't know. People talk shit on the internet all the time. I get shit talked on the internet all the time.
Well, that's good. I don't do that as much.
You don't get shit talked?
Oh, well, I get shit talked all the time. I just don't spend too much time indulging in it.
Okay. So, are you?
What is this conversation? As I said, out of context, this is like a teenage girl high school conversation.
Are you
seriously? What beliefs do you have that are inconsistent with just the sort of classical Enlightenment liberalism? What do you hold?
Okay, now this is what I'm more curious about now. Now I'm interested. So you're going to counter the SJWs, but what are you going to do?
I just asked you a question. Do you mind answering it? I'm not going to answer another question. I just want you to answer one.
Okay,
this is your big fear.
Your question again. Say.
This is what Sargon does. He acts all like, there'll be many times where he'll act bored by what the other person says, and then he'll fight for control of the conversation like this. I'm not answering one more question. It's like, Sargon, what even is this conversation? Why are you asking him his political beliefs? What is this?
Your question again.
Sure. What personal beliefs do you hold that conflict with the sort of standard understanding of Enlightenment liberalism?
Well, if you give me some vague definition, I would say none then, right? I mean, we can use vagaries and not get into specific policies. Individual rights is great, but give me more to bite into.
No, that's a great start. Because they disagree with there are loads of people who think that individual rights aren't great.
Yes. That's the fucking point.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree on that, buddy.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Now let's get back to my question. You said you're going to counter SJWs, but the alt-right is also your enemy. So what are you going to do to counter them?
Nothing. They're irrelevant.
So
that's not true. One of my favorite moments in this drama is that he did send a whole bunch of interracial porn to Twitter accounts that he deemed alt-right, and Twitter banned him, for sending dicks everywhere, and people honestly believed he was a martyr. They thought this was a free speech issue, that he got banned for like saying a political opinion, when no, he was just sending dicks to everybody.
But if they're irrelevant, why are they counted amongst your enemies?
Because they're people who oppose me.
Oppose you or liberalism?
Me and liberalism.
Are you the group? Is it like your thing?
The group.
All right, say that again. You cut out a little.
I personally am not a group. No.
No, but you said, I said you define them as our enemies.
I know what you're trying to do. I know that you think this is like, you think that I'm
asking you really simple questions. You said our enemies, and you listed them as SJWs and alt-right. And then when I said...
I don't know what's going on with all this silly political talk. I'm too dumb. So we're skipping a bit ahead to one of my timestamps here.
Fuck white people and fuck Drumpf.
Okay.
Got him.
I would love for you to start making content like that.
But Sargon, honestly, and I don't know if anybody else is going to tell you this, so I'm just going to tell you this honestly.
I know what you're going to say. It's cringy. I know.
No, I just think you're getting a little high off your own ego.
Yeah, and some of the comments I would agree with you if like everyone wasn't calling me the leader of something, and I was like, I'm not the leader of something. And everyone's like, yeah, you are the leader of something, and now we're going to act like you're the leader of something. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just be the leader of something. And everyone's like, oh, you can't do that. That's up your own ass. I'm just doing what people are telling me that I am, and that's fine. I'd rather not do any of this. I cannot wait to do my shitty video games. You just have no fucking idea how much that costs me. But at the moment, I mean, I heard Louis explaining to you like the depth of the problem with SJWs, and I don't think you're ignorant of it anyway. And so you're something like acting like this is something I want to do, and it's really not.
So, what's great about this is minutes into the first conversation, minutes into the beginning of this drama. And Jim's already told him what the problem is. You are high off your own ego. And he's being serious, like, this is advice. This is gonna hurt him. But what is so funny about the stream is you got Lewis over here. Lewis believes in Sargon's mission and what he stands for. I guess freedom for all. And Sargon's here saying right in front of him, he finds this shit cringe. He's only the leader because he has to be the leader.
Well, Sargon, but you're a proud individualist, right? I mean, you make your own decisions. Why are you letting peer pressure pull you into a direction you don't want to go?
That's a good point. You love your individualist freedom. Why are you doing what everybody else is making you do, bitch?
You know what an individualist means?
Sargon, I'm saying, why are you letting a group dictate to you what you're doing?
Because I'm not like a Randian objectivist. I'm not an anarchist.
Sargon, you're telling me you don't want to do it. Why are you letting them pressure you into doing it?
Because it needs to be done, Jim. That's fucking why, mate. Do you know in my country they are teaching 4-year-olds about being transgender or not?
Yeah, I can imagine that's probably going on in a lot of places.
You think that's a good idea?
No, I would not think that was a good idea.
Maybe someone should do something, right?
So yeah, that's Sargon's thing. Is he's scared of the transgenders in the UK. He's like very much on the J.K. Rowling thing. But what's funny about that is, guess what his fetish is? Of course, you guessed it. I didn't even need to say it. Here's some more.
But I don't think it's advancing anything that could actually correct the issue.
Okay. Well, like I said, Sargon, I'm giving you an honest assessment. I think you're getting way too high off your own ego. I honestly do. Based on your comments and some of your actions. I'm just telling you that. You can take it or leave it. That's up to you.
No, but
I'm fine.
And I think this is cringy as fuck. And I think that if you perpetuate this for like 6 months to 8 months, the amount of shit you got in the past is going to pale compared to what you're going to get in the future.
I understand, but like your little echo chambers aren't everywhere. This is
what
the thing.
echo chambers
are kind of. I don't know about half of the stuff you're talking about. So like the whatever it is you're passing around about me, but like, do you not think that
passing around about you?
Yeah, whatever.
This is what shit is like in like British prep school, like with their high school drama. Like they bring out the big thesaurus with all the big words, because like sometimes I be picking up what Sargon's laying down, but it just feels like he word salads everything. I do not know how people watched his content. I couldn't even do it for fun here on the stream. Like, can you hear it in Jim's voice? He's serious. Why will Sargon not listen? Sargon isn't listening.
I don't care. Like, you guys say whatever you want. I don't mind. Like,
Well, if you don't know what I'm doing, then how would you know I'm passing around stuff about you?
Because you just brought it up.
So I'm Murdoch now, and I'm Richard Spencer.
Have you not like retweeted something of his?
Well, you wouldn't know, would you?
Maybe someone might have sent me something.
Oh, so people are sending you information about what I do?
Only once.
Once again, what is this high school drama?
Oh, just the once.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that information you got sent that I was doing?
Was this video of the baby thing, which is, I'm sure, completely reflective of what it is, I believe.
Wait a minute, dude. I just said that you put that video up because of the Murdoch thing, and somebody sent.
So, after 13 minutes of conversation about political ideals, Sargon is... Yeah, he was mad about the tweet that was making fun of him. That's what all this is about.
Sent it to you, and then you put the video up? So I called that.
Sorry, say again.
I said that, the Richard Spencer saying you were dumber than you think you are, and Murdoch putting the Akira Baby video out got to you. And now you're telling me somebody sent you the information that I tweeted that, and then after you get that information, you put the video up. So I was right.
No, you weren't. This is just like, apparently I haven't watched your last video about Crowd, but apparently you were clipping that in a weird way as well. Jim, honestly, it's really weird watching you desperately try to make something of this, but it's actually not.
What did I desperately try to make out of Crowd, Sargon? What did I desperately try to make out of Crowd?
Think that there's a narrative.
We don't even need to talk about the Kraut thing. Like, you're the one who's making a mountain out of a molehill, Sargon. He did a tweet saying, lol, look at this Akira Baby, basically. I just can't believe that a YouTuber with 1 million subscribers, well, Dark Viper AU has 1 million subscribers, and he's screaming at 13 pages, and I guess making like an 8-hour live stream bitching about Charlie or something. I don't know. Some of these people be crazy. That's why I love it.
I didn't know about any of this. I've been spending.
Sargon, you're like, I don't know what you do, Jim, and then you say, well, people are sending me information about you, so stop fucking lying. What did I twist about crowd?
That doesn't give me a comprehensive understanding of the things you're doing. I don't spend very much amount of time.
I don't know what you're doing, Sargon, but people are sending me information about what you're doing. Don't try that pill pull shit on me, man.
Bitch, that is not fucking what you're doing.
I'm being honest with you. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what Jim's up to, but people send me information about Jim. Come on, don't lie so badly. Jesus, step it up, Sargon.
Are you even trying? Are you even trying? Jim,
am I trying what? You're fucking up left and right. What?
Look at these men throwing down, am I right?
What the fuck are you talking about, Sargon?
Think about what you're saying.
I don't know what you're doing, Jim, but people are sending me information about what you're doing. Just the once. Sure, buddy.
Jim,
sure.
What is the importance of what you're saying right now?
Because you fucking lied, Sargon. Because you lied.
It's so asinine, Jim.
Well, then why would you lie about something so petty, Sargon? Wait, it makes no sense.
That's the thing, Jim. You've made this narrative up, and now you're certain you're right. And I'm just saying, you're not right, man. I was working on the video all day. You've now made it up in your head that you're completely correct, and I must be a liar instead of you being wrong.
Sargon, you just told me you don't know what I tweet, and then you told me people send you information, so you do know what I tweet.
This is the man who's gonna save the West. He's gonna bring values back, and he can't get over the audacity that there was a tweeted from an account that he says he doesn't even look at, because why would he look at that trash? He's too educated for that.
It's to a massive body of work, Jim. A large amount of stuff that's going around.
What the fuck are you talking about, a massive body of work? My tweets are what people send you, Sargon. Which is it?
Why is this a point of contention?
Because you lied, Sargon.
I didn't lie, I'm just
Yes, you did. I don't know what you're doing, Jim, but people are sending me information about what you're doing. Seems like a lie to me.
Yeah, a tweet, Jim.
Okay, then why would you lie about it?
I think that gives me a comprehensive knowledge of your Twitter history.
All I know, dude, is the timing. You got that. You saw the
brilliant timing, man. Brilliant timing. It
up.
Could be exactly as you say, or it could be how I say, which is I was making the video in the time frame you're thinking of. I don't know, man. I'm sorry that you're not correct on this.
Dude, Sargon got the W because Jim didn't know how to respond. He's just not intellectual enough. About a minute more so, we get into the good shit.
Why do you do that insufferable chuckle shit when you think you're right about something? It's so fucking annoying. It's so played out. You did it with Spencer too, and it was just cringy as fuck.
Hang on. Let me just say something in defense of the idea of organization or having more live meetings.
Here comes the sweep. Here comes the defense. This is fan number one, capo number one, the first boss.
And Sargon, I know that you can speak to this. That it was probably well over a year ago, or maybe even longer, that you and I had a conversation about what can be done to organize and who could do it in terms of actually trying to do something that could be some sort of political activism against the left, or what would be the progressive left. Did we not at least have one conversation?
If it was a year ago, I can't remember, man.
Well, I
don't know.
We had a conversation about this a long time ago. To say that the timing is just spur of the moment is not true. This is something that has been discussed for a very long time with different people. That one of the real issues is that the voices that are out there, and I could give you an example, Jim, of what
To remind you, I believe this guy thinks Sargon can run a political movement because of Kekistan. Their little memes with the frogs and whatnot.
Compare this to, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
I forgot what Douglas Murray did prior to him actually speaking out against Islam. I don't remember if it had to do with music or history or what. I can't quite remember. But he had something else that he did prior to him speaking out about Islam. But one of the issues with Islam was, or Islamism, was that no one else would speak out about it. And so then he took the initiative to speak out about it. Would you think that Douglas Murray...
What a hero. No one's ever disagreed with another person's religion before.
...is cringy because he decided to do something that no one else was doing, or at least not enough of people were doing?
Did he brand himself as something when he did it?
An anti-Islamist.
Okay, because
he does speak about the actual, the real principles and the real values, at least in the UK, that are being lost.
Would it be cringy if he called himself something? Would that be cringy?
If he came up with some term like liberalist, yeah, it would be.
Well, what's wrong with?
I think he calls himself a neocon.
So different from socialist or feminist or what?
It's just, it makes me laugh, Sargon.
Yeah, I know. It's because
so many words and terms being thrown everywhere, and this is all about a Twitter fight. Why? How did a fight about a tweet that hurt someone's feelings turn into like? It's like from Hello Kitty to freaking Fate Stay Night. You know what I mean in terms of the words and the lore and all the freaking dialogue here.
No, it's sad, right? I agree, dude. I totally agree, right? And like, can we like drop the egos for a minute? Because like, this is something that pisses.
Well, here it is. Everyone dropped their egos.
Me off so much because everyone is accusing me of being like egotistical about all of this, and I'm really not, right? I don't want to have to be doing these things. I'm not interested in these fucking ego matches. And it's not like I don't know that
he is not interested in these ego matches, even though he's basically told Jim that he doesn't read any books, so he's stupid. But no ego matches here.
You do generally have political sympathies in my direction, and it's fine. It doesn't mean you have to join me. I'm not trying to like steal your go-kart or something, because that's really how this is coming across. Like, I understand it's lame to have to do something, to organize something, to stamp something, but if you're not going to do it, Jim, someone's going to fucking have to.
Okay, so the mantle of leadership was thrust upon you, but you'll take it up.
No, it was thrust upon you, you pussy, and you shut your channel down?
Yeah, I left Gamergate because it turned into a fucking hug box of pussies that were money-grubbing fucks that were using it to bank money. Yeah,
so
that's why I left.
You should have done something about it, shouldn't you?
Yeah, so that's true. Metokur like had a couple weeks at the beginning of Gamergate getting a lot of followers as the internet aristocrat, where he had some good memes dunking on people. But like he got out of it pretty quick because people were using it to like grift. As I said, it all just turned into a grift. And I guess he's the one video game purist out there. He's the one true gamer because he said, "Not my games. They won't be tainted by this blood money." Sargon though, Sargon held true.
Well, the whole point during Gamergate was there was no leader, Sargon.
Yeah,
it wasn't my place to step out and tell people to get in line.
It lost. People have been looking to you for leadership for years.
That was their fucking mistake. I was very clear.
You're not a fucking leader. You're a coward.
I was very clear at the beginning, Sargon.
You're so afraid to stand for anything.
Holy shit, you are so up your own ass. But you're the brave man, right,
How
Sargon?
Is this me being up my own ass? This is
that's the inverse of what you're saying, is it not, Sargon? That if I'm the coward for not doing anything, you're the brave man for doing something.
No, it's people look to you, Jim, for some kind of any kind of leadership.
Well, they're fucking retarded. I'm an internet troll. What the fuck are you guys on?
He's an internet troll. What is this? I don't think he came onto a call to address bullying about a tweet, some opinion bashing, and next thing you know, they're crying about how, why wasn't he a leader? He could have been a leader. He shit posts on Twitter and YouTube. That's what he does. They want him to save the West.
On about.
But his point was he ran away. You ran away from it. You created a whole new channel and then opened a Patreon. And you're gonna sit there and try to say to other people that they're fucking sellouts.
Did I use Did I use Gamergate to get fucking dental work done, to get a new wheelchair, to pay my rent because my Asian girlfriend kicked me out?
No one's saying you're not pure.
So don't compare me opening a Patreon after Gamergate to criticizing people using Gamergate to make money. That's a clear fucking mistake.
It's not wrong what you do. Okay? We're not saying it's wrong. You're the one who's worried about it.
Yeah, Sargon can't criticize that because most of the money he made came from Patreon. So secretly he's thinking, whoa, Lewis, let's not throw content creators with Patreons under the bus just yet.
I'm not worried about it, but you're trying to make it seem like, oh, that goes counter to what I said during Gamergate.
You're saying that people are looking to Sargon for some kind of activism. He says, okay, I'll do activism, and now you're saying there's something wrong with it.
I'm saying it's fucking laughable. I told you at the very beginning of this conversation when we started.
It's like, I write fanfics, and that's pretty cringe, but people read those fanfics and review it. They're extra cringe. Just because a whole bunch of extra cringe people want you to do something cringe doesn't mean you should lead a political movement, duh.
Started this stream that I didn't pass a moral judgment on it of being right or wrong. I said I found it funny and I was laughing at it.
Yeah, but you must just be laughing at the concept of activism then, right?
Yes, I think people generally that describe themselves as activists are fucking retards, yes.
Okay, well, we agree. I agree. Activism is retarded, but unfortunately, our enemy's doing it far better than we are.
Oh,
and, I mean, are you...
The enemies, of course, being those SJWs, those Tumblr users. He's on the lookout.
Suggesting they're not anti-white male? I think that we can classify them as enemies at this point.
I mean, Jim, like, seriously, like... These people are changing.
It's funnier than I remember the enemies. Like, is Sargon ready to go to war?
Laws in multiple countries. Yeah. And it's like I just don't, like, I can't understand how you see this as something that is so easily dismissible.
Did you know?
I think you guys are overestimating your abilities. You're acting like, oh my god, we're going to jump in and change the world. You're fucking YouTubers.
Nobody fucking said that.
We're probably gonna...
What do you mean nobody said that? Sargon's been saying that, and yes, YouTubers. Like, Jim puts down nothing but facts, and they will not listen. Said this is just the beginning of everything. This is the beginning of the shitstorm. I'm sorry that it's almost midnight. This is the beginning, and he was given his warning. That's just what's so funny about all this.
Yeah, and so I'm going to laugh when that happens, too.
Great, that's great. And when you're not allowed on the internet because you're an alt-right male, then it won't be a problem, will it?
I guess not. I'll laugh about it in person as I relate the story to my children.
Okay.
We'll have a chuckle about it.
Yeah, I was the last cool kid on the internet, chaps.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him I was the last cool kid on the internet.
That's how you feel, though. Everyone can fucking see it.
Oh, is that how I feel?
Yeah, this is something else to run away from.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking? I'm in the chat right now talking with you. I haven't run away from the fucking stream yet.
Come on. Come on, man. You know you shut down your channel because you didn't want to be the leader of GameGate, because you were the de facto leader.
Did I explicitly state, Sargon, you're not blind or stupid,
I don't need
right?
you to
during
Gamergate, man. Everyone
during
knows.
Gamergate, Sargon, did I not explicitly state that I'm not a leader, that we probably shouldn't have leaders, that people should do what they want to do if you're good at digging, dig, if you're good at... What's that?
Then if you state it, then people definitely aren't following you. Because, I mean, I've done enough of that myself, and people definitely aren't following me. Is that how it works? It doesn't work like that, and you know it. Come on, you know it doesn't work that way.
Well, Sargon, here's the difference. People tried to force me into the position of leadership. I declined. You gave in.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
You gave in to peer pressure. All 8 people that still care about Gamergate tweeted you and said, we need a leader.
Gave in. I think there's more involved than just you being forced in the position. I think you like it a little bit.
No, I fucking hate it. I've literally for years been saying consistently, I just want to make my shitty games. But unfortunately, Jim, I can't just stand by and let this go on. And if no one else is going to do it, who the fuck's going to do it?
Here's the thing, Jim. Wouldn't it be easier for him to just continue making, like, stupid, lame, anti-feminist videos and not do live events or anything? Wouldn't that be a lot easier? He already makes a lot of...
I have no idea. I don't do live events.
Okay, well, I can let you know it would be way easier.
Well, you seem to organize This Week in Stupid in a live event pretty easily.
Yeah, that's because I'm pretty good at organizing stuff, actually.
Right, so it's not difficult.
For me, for other people, and it's only and it's not that it's not difficult.
I think that was a subtle dig. Yeah, you organize your podcast every week, so obviously organizing things aren't difficult. That one went right over Sargon's head.
Cool. It's just I'm good at that.
You're good at organizing.
I seem to organize This Week in Stupid pretty easily.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about events.
That was an event.
Yeah, so I mean, you're good at doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at organizing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, but you're also saying that it's difficult to do this kind of stuff. But if it's easy for you, it wouldn't be difficult, would it?
But would it be demonstrably easier to just make videos at home and then collect on Patreon?
Do you even understand? Like, it's not. It's relative. If someone can have a skill at something that is difficult, and so for them it's less difficult. I mean, this is like levels of pedantry I can't even begin to describe. And you know that you think that what we're doing is actually ultimately going to be beneficial.
No, I don't. I think it's fucking goofy as shit, man. That's why I'm laughing at it.
It is goofy as
shit.
Trying to move it along, but like I said, it's just so funny because who cares about all the shit? And Sargon's acting like it's the most important shit in the world. That's just what's so funny about this. That was when I knew that Sargon was a special user.
Translate. How does that?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But Thomas
So then
Smith
how do you
stormed
know
off
it
the stage.
does?
Anita Sarkeesian triggered the fuck out in VidCon after me just sitting there. Dude, it apparently really matters to them.
So you're planning on counter protesting. You're going to go to their events.
Sometimes. I'm definitely going to host my own, though. And if they want to come to mine, they're more than welcome to come to mine.
Dude, all right. Well, you know what? Good luck to you. I still think it's a monumental mistake. I think it's going to end
I'm sure it is.
end badly. It's cringy as shit. And dude, I think you're getting a little too high off your own ego. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that straight up.
Thank you.
I don't think V would
Warning number 3.
tell you that for some reason because he likes you too much.
He absolutely would tell me that.
Okay.
Take
So
care.
we'll just disagree on this, I guess. I don't know how else to
I don't
put
think
it.
there's a disagreement. I agree with everything you said. It is all of those things, but I don't think I'm being egotistical. But I'm not perfect. I mean, maybe. You know, I'm trying not to be.
Well, wait. If you agree with me, then why would Lewis pull me in here to ask me about it? Because everything I said apparently.
Lewis. He's the one who wanted to
Lewis,
debate.
what Sargon agrees with me. So
The reason why I pulled you in here is because, like I said, I care what you believe, and I thought I was actually surprised by how I don't know, like just
amenable. You've been.
You were just. I don't know. Like I said, like you just seemed to misinterpret what the video was, and then just ran with it. And
but Lewis, apparently I didn't misinterpret it because everything I've just said I was tweeting
from
out.
my perspective, you did. If
Yeah,
you
well,
want
Sargon
to do
just
that's
told
fine.
you he agrees with
Well,
me. so
I agree
kinda
with you,
takes
like the social perception, but like on the technical definition of terms, you're wrong. Yeah.
on what on the technical definition of cringy?
Sargon makes content. Can he not hear the smugness in his voice? Can he not hear that he doesn't make any sense? Like, he obviously can speak. That's how he got viewers. But like when he debates, like it's just word salad all over the place.
No, individualist.
Okay, putting that aside, my main thing was I was laughing at it, calling it absurd.
It really was the point.
You don't think that you actually uttered the phrase "a group of independent-minded individualists coming together with an enemy list and a set amount of goals"? You want to, you want to organize as a political group. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that wouldn't be collectivism.
No, collectivism is the principle of putting the value of the group above the individual.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, could I call myself a liberalist once you've established this and go around telling people that as an official liberalist, our party policy is gassing cut?
No, obviously not.
Whoa, Jim Metokur. But Sargon has used racy language like that before too. That's why his political, like, he's against the alt-right and SJWs. You could say that just makes you like a normal person. But he be edgy, so like he wants to fight for the right to be edgy. But when people are edgy towards him, he don't like that. If people are making like alt-rightish, seamish cartoons about him, that's not cool. He can do it. No one else.
So I'd have to yield to the group's will.
No, you would just be using the term incorrectly. It's like saying I'm a fascist, but I don't want the government.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
doesn't make me
if the group is establishing norms that you have to follow, it would be a collective, would it not?
It would be a group. It wouldn't be collectivist. You're trying to combine the words, and that's not accurate.
Jim, you can't play this word game. It just doesn't work. That's the thing. This is what I'm saying. You're just using the term incorrectly. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really not.
Okay, so you're going to create a large group of individuals that's not a collective, that's going to come together with a goal list and a political party ideology.
It is a group. Jesus Christ.
I said a group of individuals that's not a collective.
No, every group is made up of individuals. Not every group is made up of individualists.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying, Sargon.
No, that's...
No, I don't. I'm literally saying...
Okay,
you don't
Sargon,
understand
you're
the
going to
term.
create a group of individualists, okay,
Yes.
that's not a collective, yet has, so it
Why
is a
don't
collective?
you define collective for us? Because maybe we've got...
If anybody can figure out how a group of people is not a collective and they are all individualists, I guess it'd be like a Woodstock gathering. It's like a rock festival. You know, you got your goths over there, you got your boomers over there, stoners over there. I think that's what Sargon wants.
It's weird how you like things have definitions and definitions do matter. I know what you're trying to do, but it just doesn't work.
Definitions do matter. If you would read books, you'd understand. Why couldn't you be a leader like me? Pinky up as I drink my tea. How does Sargon not hear himself?
Look, I'm really sorry.
I think it works just fine. I find this funny, like I've told you, and I know that you don't see it as that, and you're going to set out as a group of individualists. It's not a collective.
You're just really being obtuse. And
I'm being obtuse, but you'll have to yield though to me on Lewis. What I said about this being cringy shit, Sargon agrees, so it is, right? Cringy shit.
Totally.
No,
totally.
I don't.
Doing something in the real world is totally cringy shit. I agree.
Oh, okay. Now you're.
There it is. That's my favorite part. Hold on. Back to 37. It is just the sigh.
What I said about this being cringy shit, Sargon agrees, so it is, right? Cringy shit.
Totally.
No,
totally.
I don't.
Doing something in the real world is totally cringy shit. I agree.
The sigh of his true believer. This man, this Lewis, the believer in Sargon, the individualist who's part of a collective, had to watch his hero. There goes his hero, saying, this is all cringy shit.
Institution and put it in a shredder. You know, this is very serious.
I mean, Richard Spencer said, oh, it's just a piece of paper. The far left, did you see the one, I think it was from California, where they were like, we think that's an outmoded document or something. And it's just like, holy fuck, dude. These people.
Anyway, let's move along. Well, we can start here. This is almost the exit from the first stream, so it's been going on for 38 minutes. Basically, most of it was, you tweeted that thing, but I'm not going to acknowledge you tweeted that thing because I blocked you and don't follow you on Twitter, and if I acknowledge the thing, that means I'm a lurker. That's basically what the beginning of this was.
People are lunatics, and they want to tear down everything that I hold dear. It's awful.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else to discuss, gentlemen?
No, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
No, I don't have to go. I'm just asking. I gave you about an hour of time. I got a few more minutes.
If you want to head off, man, just head off.
I know. If you said you had a time limit.
Yeah, well, I told you I had an hour, but we've got a few more minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss before I go?
No, other than if Sargon hosts an event of some kind, if it's anywhere near you, you should go.
No, I'm very anti that. Milo, when he was up in my area, wanted me to come to attend one of his university speeches.
Did he?
And I tried to explain to him that I don't really do that kind of shit. I don't go to VidCons or.
I think there's a little bit of difference.
Or any of that shit.
But why?
Metokur's based. He don't need them internet friends, and he don't need to show up to this stuff for what? To get sold a GoPro?
Why not? And I genuinely mean, why not?
I'm not going to go into real life activizing. I'm sorry.
No, I just mean not activism. I mean specifically, why can't you just go to attend? Because I'm pretty sure if you said you were going somewhere, there'd be a ton of people there to meet you.
Oh, yeah. You would see what I'm talking about, Jim.
You're misunderstanding. My philosophy behind being.
See, that right there, you'd see what I'm talking about. I watched the Undertaker documentary, and he brought up that the reason why it takes forever for him to retire is because the crowd cheering your name and getting hyped for you is like heroin, and you can't give it up. I think Sargon, two whole people probably recognized him in real life, and that's just boosted his ego too high.
On the internet has always been anonymity. I don't want to meet people in real life. That kind of runs counter to what I do.
Yeah, I know.
Fair enough.
But imagine if you did. What do you think the people would be like?
I have no fucking idea. When I did Deviants, let me answer. When I did Deviants, I had a bunch of furries that found it funny, a bunch of vor fetishists that found it funny. I'd probably have people showing up with bike pumps to shove up their ass.
Okay. I think, yeah, okay. We can move on to part 2. Before we go to part 2, though, I'm gonna have to do some lore here, because I mentioned the capos earlier. There's this Gypsy boy, as they call him, named V. Now, Gypsy V, he's the carrier pigeon to Sargon. Sargon, from this point, doesn't talk to Jim directly at all, until the build-up that is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Is there any interaction? Him being the high school girl that he is, has his friends passive-aggressively send messages to Jim, but they kind of like the clout of being on all these streams and shit, so they'll be like, man, Jim, let me tell you how great my friend Sargon is. They're trying to convert him to a cult or something. That's what V does. V, though V mostly sits on the fence. Like I said, he can get clout on being on a stream with Jim, and then turn around and get clout for being on a D&D stream with Sargon and Short Fat Otaku. Everybody's out for themselves in this savage post-Gamergate world.
So apparently there's a plot against me orchestrated by JF, Metokur, and a bunch of the other blood sports
There it is, Ethan Ralph talking coherently. Can you believe it?
/ alt-right types where they're faking conversations between people and myself. Meanwhile, I'm packing out live events and doing the work. Sargon derangement syndrome is real. Him, he said, "Where's the proof of this? Sounds like a baseless accusation. You didn't even give a source of who might have told you this information. Listen and believe." And yeah, it does sound like some listen and believe classic Anita type shit here. Somebody called him Carl Sarkeesian.
The point of these tweets and why Ethan Ralph's going over is it's proven at this point, Sargon's acting kind of paranoid. And you kind of saw it in the Joe Rogan clip as well. He's got these enemies. The SJWs and the alt-right are these enemies, always plotting, always ready to defame him, even though, like, we said probably like 4 people are concerned about this. See, let's hop into... I think we're gonna hop into V lending in what he believes, his commentary on the whole thing.
It wouldn't fucking have anything to do with anybody making fun of them, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't. Why would I lend them my name? like it's some fucking.
Okay, yeah. This here we are. We're getting right into it. Sargon's doing more passive aggressive shit regarding Twitter.
Magical tome. It's a rune that can be read for power. Yeah.
And just think about that. Think about the very last stream we just listened to. You're a leader, Jim. You're great. Everybody would want to meet you. This is why I avoid your community like the plague. Basically saying this filth that is messaging me.
I invoke Carl of Swindon. Oh boy.
But yeah,
what's really weird about all this? Usually when this kind of shit goes on, V is like on top of it. Is like the PR guy. Has he said anything about any of this shit today?
No, I DM'd him.
That's really unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. You know, there were quite a few people waiting, and they said, "Oh, I bet this is going to turn into V coming on to run damage control. Quarter pounder will probably show up." And that's
See, all these people already know it, that Sargon's got like his own Knight's Guard, like literally the Golden Guard, because Sargon's too high above anybody to have any conversations one-on-one. That was rarity. He got on that call with Jim because they thought they have the same ideals, I guess. But now it's like, no, you gotta talk to my agent, V. I believe if I go to 1532, judging by what I wrote here, it sounds like what's about to happen is V, who's Sargon's best friend, the Sargon Trust, is gonna start leaking DMs. A no-no in the Twitter dramaverse.
Well, let me just ask the chat, for those who don't already know, who do you think tweeted this out? Without me spoiling it. You already
See right there, ha ha ha, I just woke up, but I can tell you that Jim is looking for attention because nobody is playing with him. So, in context, what I believe is happening here is Sargon saying, I can't come onto the kill stream, I can't talk to Metokur because I'm busy, I'm tired, I'm working, but it's like, here's a DM where he's saying, Jim's just on the stream looking for attention, so you're watching it, you're well aware.
I just want to see, I'm gonna just wait a second, just to see if chat can guess who tweeted this out.
Oh, I think they got it.
Let's see, I'm still waiting.
They got
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah, that's correct, chat. Show the tweets. I am but a humble Romanian carrier pigeon. Please no bully.
I said, I don't know the whole Gamergate crew, but I find this kind of scummy, like Sargon. You're being dunked on by your own friends and you might not, like, they can't take you seriously. These out here, like, it is kind of funny though, that he says this shit and acts as pompous and then leaks these DMs. And Sargon can't put together the, he might not be the smartest tool in the shed.
That's what V said. And yes, V was the one who sent this out. Now, can I ask you a question, Zidane? What on earth? This had to be from Sargon himself, right? Because
100%. We've seen this before. Remember the Skype messages to Jim? We've seen this before, that he's like the intermediate, and every message he sends to V, and V tweets it out for him. I'm with UKIP now. Look at us. We're in suits hanging out with people that actually matter yet.
According to my timestamps, in about 2 minutes, we're gonna get to what truly escalates the drama.
Because why would he? I just woke up, but I can tell you that Jim is just looking for attention because nobody is playing with him. Then he says, Jim is a scared little boy who needs to bully those smaller than him. I am literally dealing with pan-European politics. Sargon's he's kind of a big deal now, Zidane. Why don't you respect this guy?
Fuck him.
Ethan Ralph, back before he was a pillhead, saying it. You gotta respect Sargon. This is like pan-European politics, don't you understand? He is important. This is deadly serious, everybody.
He's a cuck.
Nah, he's literally...
That is so rude.
He's literally dealing with pan-European politics, sir.
Yeah,
How
he's
dare
literally
you?
raising his wife's child.
First off, who puts this out to the public? Does he not realize how just pompous and just arrogant that sounds? You know, most people, even people who might be predisposed to kind of liking Sargon, just like, wow, this guy sounds like a fucking pompous asshole.
Because he is.
How could you go this far? Yeah, I think Dan's about to say because he is. Because, like, how would people just now be realizing that? I guess, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, I know, but... I know he is, but I'm just saying, like, you don't want to just give the game away, right? Like, I don't understand. It's not the best. Maybe he needs to hire a PR agent with those Patreon bucks. I'm not sure, but... And here goes another tweet. I have a press conference about Article 11 and Article 13 today. I will be wearing a suit.
Oh,
Jim
dude's got a
probably
suit.
doesn't even own a suit.
Jim's gonna tweet out this cartoon and make fun of Sargon, is he? Well, Sargon's gonna let everybody know that Jim probably doesn't even own a suit. He wouldn't be welcome into the world of politics. Who even is he? I'm sorry, but here's a Kroger story. 2 coworkers who are also friends of mine got in a fight. I don't even know what it was about, and they were both male, and they're kind of the same age, and I guess this is how the Zoomers fight. One of them said to the other, "Your fit costs less than my shoes do." And that was his scathing insult. Like, that is basically what Sargon did here. It is no different. This man who reads books is no different than a retail squabble.
He's gonna be wearing a suit, Zidane.
I can't afford a suit. What's a suit? Never worn one in my life. Never had a job
I have a
interview,
suit,
never.
and it's all pressed and it's ready to go to attend Sargon's funeral.
About figured out. So I'll just start. So right here, Ethan and Zidane, they're dunking on, suit memes. I just don't want to linger on it too long because this is about Metokur and Sargon. But it's very hard because, like, them tweeting in the tweets getting read on streams is, like, how they're communicating. Like, we need Hermione there in the background to be like, I'm not now. We'll hear their view on the liberalist movement turning into UKIP.
What a great political operation. He doesn't really talk that much about liberalists anymore, does he?
I don't know. I mean, I wish them the best of luck. I know they're looking, I guess, for new leadership. Who knows?
I guess it was cringe. Sargon got off the ship quickly the second that he could appear on TV and, get interviewed like the big boys.
Yeah, I think there was a post on his Facebook where he said that he's leaving most liberalist groups and he's only going to do like 1 or 2 things with them nowadays.
But see, that's so weird to me because he started it, right?
Yeah.
And he ended it.
Or it wasn't his complaint when I was on stream on Lou Lavau's channel that, Jim, you were supposed to be the leader of Gamergate, but you abandoned it.
Exactly. Look at this suit, by the way. He looks like it's time for the school choir concert.
No, it was not supposed to have an assigned leader, but he kind of declared himself leader of the Liberalists. So I hope he isn't leaving the Liberalists because that's going to be a really bad look.
That's what he said.
The whole leader thing, and I see that constantly, specifically with you. It's like, well, Jim, why didn't you lead us? Why did you do that? And you've never really tried to be that person. I think we talked about this before, but
these people are so up their own ass. Like, I don't have time for this. We're so serious shit. Like, it just, fuck off. It's so boring. It's so fucking boring. You know what's entertaining, though? What? Hearing more knife point stories or cucking stories. We're going to focus on those kind of things.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, too, is that all these people have their own little groups. Sargon knows this Louis person and is friends with this Kraut person because they're all also skeptics. Like, they all started out in the atheist community before Gamergate, really. And that's their thing, being like, haha, we're so smart because we don't believe in God and we like Richard Dawkins. That's how they started out, and they became a close-knit community, and then they decided they were going to fight the alt-right. I'm trying to see if our friend V joins the conversation because I find him to be a hoot, actually. actually.
Well, what is the question? Like, they're
Well, okay,
blaming
so
me.
I guess the question that we've had on this stream was and of course you put this out, like this is not, you know, a gotcha question. You put this out on Twitter, right? So
Yeah.
it's not us going at you. I mean, you did this, right? It's not.
I did this, yeah.
Yeah, you did this. Now, so the question is whether you did this of your own volition, and of course you can answer or decline as you would wish. But the question is, did you do this of your own volition, or did this have the go ahead of Sargon himself? Because a lot of people close to Sargon who
Look at Ethan Ralph doing the due diligence journalist work here. Is this the will of Sargon? Is this the will of Light Yagami getting the death note? Are we all being tricked by the 40D chess Catan here, V?
you know, are pro Sargon said that you made it into a joke, and my original take is, well, of course he wouldn't share that without Sargon's approval or you know, his go ahead. And I guess you can answer that or not answer it.
I see. Well, I can neither confirm nor deny.
So it's yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't say no, I don't know. I mean,
You can interpret it any way you want to.
That's how I guess we're gonna interpret it. But what did he think of accomplishing by sending that tweet? I mean, it's retarded to think that you know, just having a suit is awesome and cool. I mean, pretty much everyone owns a suit, multiple suits. It's not like some uncommon thing. And also, when you're bragging about something like that, and to look like complete buffoon with your tie too short.
That's the humor that don't even need to be brought up, I guess. It speaks for itself. Sargon thinks having a suit is like the most important thing in the world. Like, it's proof that you are an important person. A peasant can't own a suit.
With fucking short sleeve shirt underneath, with his suit jacket was too long for him and not tailored, and his pants and jacket didn't match. I mean, the fuck was he thinking?
Well, as I said,
Zidane's funny, but you know what's funny about internet blood sports and YouTube drama in general? That it's dominated by males. Like, if there was a whole bunch of white women being like, can you believe that suit that he wore when he thought he was bigger? They'd be like, shut up, pins. But when these men do it on the kill stream, oh man.
I can neither confirm nor deny. You're just making assumptions.
So look, there's no way you would put that out without his go ahead, right? I mean, so the
Is
way
that really what you think?
But
Oh my God.
no, the people that were talking to me. By the way, these are people in that orbit. I cannot name them because I don't, you know, I can't give away sources. But they're like, wow, V put this out. They turned Sargon's you turned Sargon's trauma.
Maybe this is why Ethan Ralph couldn't be a journalist, because he's like Columbo. He's just leading you to where he wants, and V's a talker too, so I don't know if we're going to get any answers on this leak.
A day into a fucking joke with these tweets, and it was his, you know, it was his moment, and that you kind of made it into a joke, and they were blaming you. And my position was, of course, I mean, it was kind of turned into a joke, but my view was that you would have done that without the go ahead. You know what I mean? Without the go ahead. And of course, you don't really want to answer that. But
what type of organization do you think is being run there?
No, but V,
Actually, this is an important answer, because this whole suit comment is what makes Sargon look a freaking fool to make his fall worse. And no one would know about it if V wasn't tweeting it out.
Tell me that I can do something that Sargon wouldn't like, and I'll do it. Just to prove that I don't need to go ahead.
No, the thing is,
I'll just say, I don't think he was probably too pleased with you apologizing to me. Like, I don't think you're...
Well, as I understand, Count Dankula stole his phone, had his password figured out. Apparently it's not a hard password to figure out.
I guess, you know...
Count Dankula is part of the crew too, and I think V's just like, oh man, he could have done it. He knows the passcode to his phone, even though they live in different countries, I'm pretty sure.
I won't say you're completely enthralled to Sargon.
You can play jokes on the man. It's not forbidden.
You probably shouldn't have said that one on the live chat.
Well, I'm just saying that it's possible. Okay, so I'm astonished that you would think that this type of organization, like, you wouldn't go.
This is why V is such a hoot to be. He's just coming in ready to lawyer.
Out behind his back doing these things.
No, the thing.
Well, basically, what I'm asking, and I'll let. By the way, Sedan, I agree completely. Like, I'm not trying to cut you off, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is, and I guess I've already asked it, but you know, did Sargon tell you to send that out, or did you say, hey, I see these tweets, I saw Jim's stream last night that had 15,000 people, this is your response, can I put that out? You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, my response is that I don't want to ruin the mystery, so I'll not confirm.
He's not gonna confirm or deny. I don't think we're gonna get an answer. Okay, let's see some important words from Jim. Just to get more of what he's thinking as this hot drama over tweets continues. Tweets and who owns what suit.
Your movement, isn't that gonna make you look like assholes?
Well, do they have a lot of people like that? I mean, would you be the only one? Would you be the odd one out?
I'm talking for myself. So you want me to go?
Well, hold on. What if you're Asian? Like you play StarCraft, you play Brood War, you seem to have a high IQ. Like
V, you want me to go march in the streets and do the politics thing? And again, when you're in the real world of politics, the nigger clips and the cut jokes.
Whoa, but he's right though. So what he's saying is, Sargon, like I said, has been part of this kind of humor, has said these exact kind of things. And when he's like, I'm gonna run for politics, some people say, you're kind of problematic. He's like, don't worry guys, the journalist won't ask nothing. They're not gonna watch my YouTube videos. They'll never know. They'll never know that I said that MP can go, that no one would rape her because she's too ugly. They'll never find out. You know, we're talking of course about the British press that killed Princess Diana because they want a story. Like, they're gonna get the answer, Sargon.
And statements, they all come back in because
Dang,
your political
Jim.
opponents aren't retarded.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. But the thing is, you know what's different about the UK compared to the United States?
Tell us, V.
Well, the men are cucks.
Well,
Got
that
him.
too, because if you read the news, you'd see that because of fear of being called racist, police allowed over 10,000 girls to get raped.
This is what I don't get. Like, this is literally a fight about tweets, and we keep having statistics and political movements and everything brought in. And I believe people are still martyring Sargon because they think he gets in trouble on the internet because of what he says about Islams, and no, it's nothing to do with that.
By Muslim rape gangs. So maybe people should say more often. Maybe
That
if
makes
this
no
is
sense,
the price
V.
for political correctness, if this is the price to
Yeah, so because, you know, an N-word a day keeps the foreigners away, don't you know? That's the policy of these people who know so much about the world. It's like, V's kind of funny, but V also makes no damn sense. But what's important about this part here is when Sunday, Jim, I don't know if it's during the stream or before, has decided I am gonna slay Sargon on Sunday. And Sargon's a little pussy who won't say anything. So instead it's just getting built up. The cronies are all finding out about it. They're all running PR. It's a whole mess because election season's coming up. You can't make fun of Carl Benjamin. He's running for UKIP. So when Jim says I'm gonna stream about Sargon, Sargon's like, well, I'm gonna stream first, and he puts like a video stream premiere up like 2 days before. I believe that's where we're at with this fight. It's gone from tweets to streams.
It's like the pre-show shit, you know what I mean?
And I was like, you know what Jim should do? He should just stream snipe him and get like triple his viewers instantly. Quadruple, probably.
Oh yeah, stream sniping. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what's going on here. Sargon said, I'm gonna expose Metokur. Sargon is in the process of making a friggin' expose stream. And so Jim's gonna stream snipe him so he gets no viewers while he dunks on Sargon the whole time. That's the plan. That's what Sunday is gonna be.
Oh, is that a quadroon joke?
I don't know. It's just he keeps.
I don't know.
He's
Ralph.
not mad.
I mean,
He's not mad, man.
Well, Ralph, I mean, okay, real talk, okay, buddy. This is hard for me. All right, this is very emotionally upsetting. But the things that Sargon linked in his description, James Tristan is my real name. Sargon of Akkad, a member of the political party of UKIP.
Oh yeah, Sargon's also trying to dox him. What an upstanding individual.
Is retaliating against me for my political viewpoints and criticizing what their party was doing at the EU Parliament. I don't know why UKIP is targeting me for having a different political opinion from them, or why their representative is trying to exact revenge by putting my family in danger. Oh God!
We'll be all right, Jim. We'll get through this.
You know, the irony being here is that Sargon also says this stuff when people harass him. You know who else said this type of stuff? You know what Jim, while he's doing this mocking voice, is harnessing? The quote-unquote enemies during Gamergate were the ones doing this. That's funny. Just came full circle. You are what you hate, I guess.
The name is James Tristan. Pray for me.
I feel sorry for that receptionist girl. Boy, her day's gonna be ruined.
So many phone calls. The phone calls never end.
Hey, Jim, fire up those emails.
Why am I being politically retaliated against? I'm just a liberal. Why are the conservatives coming after me?
Threatening your family.
Is it because I believe in gay marriage? Is that why UKIP hates me? Nigel Farage, why are you attacking me with the full weight of your political party?
Nigel Farage, that's the one when the British people tell me the one with the cigar. That's his name.
So, do we know what is the exact time that Sargon said he's going? Let me look. I know it's Sunday. I think it's Sunday. Right?
I don't know. Look for when Applebee's closes and this shit is...
There it really is. There's the death nail. We start bringing Applebee's into the conversation. It's really heating up.
Yeah, September 16th. Yeah, that's Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So that's, 4:30 Central.
Oh, you prepare yourself. It's going to be fun. Because what I like to do is when people put stupid shit out about me, I don't say anything because I wait for a moment like this. And I know he wants to go over some Haberman stuff. And I can definitively, with evidence, prove that what he's going to bring up is going to be verifiably false.
We'll be watching Jim's stream that's sniping Sargon's stream. Now, I feel like I should have watched Sargon's stream when I was doing the video, because that would be unbiased. I'd be, watching him without Jim's commentary, but as pointed out, he starts this revenge stream, and it's on mute for 30 minutes. So, if it's gonna have technical issues, I don't know, I'm not gonna watch it, so we'll watch it through Jim's point of view.
So this is gonna be funny as fuck. You've activated my trap card, you waiter. What are you doing?
All this stuff is old too. It's not like this is new material. I mean, maybe, I saw David Shitrat, what did he say? Enjoy your internet war or something. He really thinks he's a big shot now, doesn't he?
Everybody here does think they're a friggin' big shot, except Jim, who probably is the most popular person here. He's not a fucking lolcow. Alright. We're gonna jump ahead an hour. As I was talking about, there was a whole group of atheists, the skeptic community. Kraut was a part of it. Metokur, called out Kraut for doing gay ops, and Kraut is Sargon's buddy, so I think that's the issue. That's why the feud's escalated, and Sargon's like, I'm gonna do an expose on Jim. That's the build-up here to Sunday. Sargon's gonna do this exposed stream, and Jim is gonna stream snipe him, so Sargon's not gonna have any viewers, and that's gonna be awkward. That's what all the drama is right now. And Jim's ready for this too. He knows that he knows everything that Sargon's gonna use against him. He knows that his time hanging out with this Haberman guy is gonna be brought up, and Metokur's already talked about all this stuff before. He was friends on this forum with this guy named Haberman and this other guy, H-Bomber guy. I don't know if you've heard about him, but it's kind of irrelevant lore that Sargon thinks is gonna be important. Not even. We're going to 155 because our boy Keemstar is hearing about this drama, because Keemstar, the dude who's covering James Charles and Lion Maker or whatever, dude, this dumb Tism Storm, this dumb I have a suit and you don't drama, this has reached his ears now.
Very big cosign, but yeah, that's what he said he was gonna do.
I guess I'll have to watch Jim's stream because it's going to have more content. Yeah.
Oh damn!
Wow.
Oh shit!
Sargon of Applebee's blown the fuck out.
Well, I mean, I agree. I have to agree with you. I'll be watching Jim's stream too, but I didn't know that I expected you to say that.
No, this is the truth. I'm curious about Jim's reply to the things that Sargon will be saying.
Does Sargon, is he mad that he has a channel that's, of course, you're speaking for somebody else, but he has a channel that's 3 times as big as Jim's at least, and Jim consistently outdraws him. And Jim put out a theory that Sargon streamed on his main channel the other day, right after Jim's stream, to try to, just show how many he could get, and he still fell short and couldn't get up to the Jim level.
I mean, I don't know if he's mad, but I keep saying this, that Jim has a talent that no one else on YouTube has, as far as I'm aware.
Jim's wonderful talent on YouTube is just calling it as he sees it and adding some humor and doing a smoker's laugh once in a while. I love Metokur, that's how I found this drama, but they all act like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ when he's just a dude.
I mean, if you look at Twitch standards, usually people play Dungeons and Dragons and they get 40,000 people watching, but on YouTube, Jim's the man. Like, he can stream whenever he wants, and you will get 10,000, 15,000 people watching. I think if you would take it to Twitch, you would have even more people.
Could also be because Metokur's streams are well done. He's got everything prepared ahead of time. He reads the super chats at the end, not every second. He really doesn't interact with chat at all. He's just a professional. Wow, look at this. This is the kill stream, and this gets thousands. This did get thousands in its heyday as well, but it's just, here's everyone's Google Hangout call. Wow.
Well, he'd also last about
Can't imagine why Metokur's videos would get more views.
2 days over there, probably.
Yeah, probably.
2 days, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about Twitch. I never streamed there, but I hear their rules are very tight. So it's possible that he won't last there.
Yeah, if you think it's tight over here on YouTube, it's extra tight over there. It's jailbait tight over there on Twitch.
No, I mean, what I want to say is that this is one of the reasons I like Jim. Like, he's the best at what he does.
Okay, everyone's sucking Jim's dick. Jump ahead a bit more, see what we got. It's hard because I'm jumping around, I know, but can you get the feeling that V wants to be the main character?
I don't watch my own videos.
So no, I heard Keem wanted, I guess, the deepest lore on this shit. I'll try to sum it up as quick as I can. I'd say 6 or 7 months back, there's these people that put out a animated show called Murdoch.
Okay.
And they had a clip of Sargon in it. And it's him basically getting a big head and getting full of himself, trying to be a politician, surprisingly. And there's this clip where he turns into the Akira baby monster at the end, and he starts screaming, "Sargon needs more dopamine." And I thought that was funny as fuck. So I retweeted that, and
I could have just started here, but I just love the like I said, the stupid Tism storm has reached the ears of Keemstar, and now he's got to get this breakdown, and Metokur's got to try, because Metokur, unlike these people, isn't that autistic, so it's I gotta make this story entertaining to keep his interest, and I think he does a pretty good job.
Kicked off this sequence of events where his friend wanted me to come on stream, and he asked somebody else to ask me to come on, and I don't know what it's about, so I go on the stream, and there's Sargon in the chat just flipping his shit at me. So I tell him to get on, and Sargon lays it out, and he's like, oh, Jim, you should have been a leader in Gamergate. You were a coward, and you need to do this and this, and just all this really pompous bullshit. And so that's kind of, I guess, what accelerated it. I don't know what his plans are for Sunday, but I heard what you said. You like drama. I live for this shit, too. I find it fucking amusing as fuck. The more of them, the better.
Same. That's why I'm here. The things that make people's blood boil, and I'm not even above this. We've all been there. We've all gotten mad about some petty shit. It's just fun to see it on such a scale. That's why I love this internet blood sports. Such a scale of random people on the internet don't matter, all running around like monkeys hollering at each other. It's wonderful.
You know what I mean? If I've got 20 people taking shots at me, that's a good day. So I'm looking forward to Sunday. It's going to be fun as fuck. I'm going to stream snipe the shit out of his ass. I know it bothered him when V was on here last time. I threw out a comment to see if I could get a reaction, where I said, I wouldn't stream with Sargon because he can't pull the viewer numbers I can.
Right.
And the very next day I did a stream, pulled 13,500. Sargon immediately on his main channel, instead of his live stream channel, does a stream. Can't even hit 9. And you can hear the sadness in his voice as he ends the stream after an hour.
I heard you say that. Jim, one thing that I really, really like is I like that arrogant, I pull more viewers than you. Because people never say that shit. There's very few people that will fucking brag, I pull more, I get more subs than you. But really, if everyone was going to be really honest, we're all trying to get as many views as possible. We're all trying to get as many subs as possible. And when someone is just raw and real and they're I pull this, I fucking love that, because that's who I am.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Sunday because not only am I gonna get to laugh at Sargon, I'm gonna make so much fucking money doing it, and that's gonna make it even better. I'm gonna have a college fund for my future children based off this one fucking stream.
Let's take some bets. How much do you think we'll make? I'll tell you my sum. How much I think you'll make?
Hopefully enough to buy at least 3 suits from Men's Warehouse because I want to be a big boy like Sargon.
There it is, and it's true. He probably made 10K. I think I saw a forum post where someone said they being the A-loggers they are, counted all the super chats, and it was like 10K.
I'll say now I think you'll make over $5,000.
So Sargon, does he stream every Sunday, or is this like a planned stream to talk about you?
Oh, this is a planned stream. Like this is him, especially ahead of time, setting it up to have it come out. So. I don't know. I love this. Like I'm genuinely fucking excited for this. I'm looking forward to this happening, and I'm gonna be loving every laugh.
So
not only did he set a premiere being like, this is the video where I'm gonna dunk on Jim, I've got my exposed video set up, but in the description, that's where he put Jim's docs. So it's just out there on this hugely viewed YouTube premiere.
How I understand it is like, basically, he had that funny suit. I seen the memes. I thought it was funny. He got upset with that, and then you doxed somebody in one of your YouTube videos, and now they're mad at you and calling you out. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's Tonka. So there was this big the IBS, the Internet Blood Sports thing.
A lot was happening around this time period. Here, I'll give some more information. Internet Blood Sports, as I said, is a whole bunch of losers. I hate to say it. Like, other than Metokur, like, I don't know anybody else would do, but they'd like just show up on calls and like call each other pedophiles and do user rants, scream at each other. And it was Jerry Springer.
Chat and challenged you to a fight.
On the 4th of this,
okay.
well,
The 4th of
that
May,
would be
he went in
after
your
me
chat and
and
challenged
failure
you to a fight. It was the same day that I messaged Andy and asked him if we could do it. And both times you ignored both me and him because you're a pussy.
After the day, no, not because I'm a pussy. It's because I made
you're
an
a
agreement
pussy.
with failure.
It's
Okay.
you're a pussy.
You ran
Because when are we gonna
turned
fight?
down
You're
the
a
fight because you're a pussy, Zoom.
No, you're a pussy, Tonka, and you'll always be a pussy.
Ralph, did he not turn down?
What's your excuse? What's your excuse right now, Tonka?
Shut the fuck up.
That's what it was. You would just sit there and watch these people all screech at each other, and the person who's hosting the blood sports makes a lot of money in super chats. And it was a great time had by all until the internet blood sports people got in fights with each other and had their own internet blood sports, and then it all fell apart. Metokur hosted an internet blood sport that was 8 hours long. I listened to the whole thing. I don't know. I can't describe it. I don't know what it was, but yeah, people were flinging doxins at each other. Jim didn't dox anybody. It was chatters doxing people who were internet blood sporting. It was a massacre, like Tommy C said.
And a bunch of the different people in it all had gripes with one another. So I put out a message to everybody, like Ralph, Andy Worski, and the others, and I said, you guys can all come on stream, and you can yell at each other.
He's explaining it right now.
I'm not going to moderate. Just fucking have at it. And I said, just have your videos and your screen caps and shit prepared ahead of time. And, my one rule was just don't try to dox each other. Just redact that shit if you can. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And Tonka's pissed at me because apparently in Zoom's 30-minute video, there's a clip of him wrestling. But if you watch Zoom's video, there are like 20 or 30 fucking segments in it where...
Yeah, okay, he's explaining it. That's that drama to that internet blood sports. That is not Jim's problem. Okay, he's explained it to Keemstar. There's only one more part in this whole part 2 that just cheers me up, puts a smile on my face. It was already in the video that I made that I showed in the beginning of the stream, but it's, I believe this is Keemstar's reaction to Sargon being a martyr when he shouldn't have been.
Who even does that? V, who even does that?
Did he take that from his personal collection?
See, you guys are in tight, okay? But from the outside third party, looking in, like where I sit, when Sargon got banned, everyone was like, well, this is bullshit. Obviously, they're after him. He was a martyr, right? Up until this moment right now, I had no idea he was spamming big black cocks at me.
This is not correct.
True, people thought he was banned because of what he was saying about Muslims or something, when it was because he kept sending porn to everybody. We're gonna let Sunday play out. I have not listened to the actual stream in a while because I've just, been fascinated by watching all these little chuckle fucks build up the hype event. Time for retaliation now. This was all people needed to see to know that a slaughter was gonna happen. Very quick though, remember how Sargon was gonna stream and then Jim was gonna stream snipe him? Well, Sargon was a little coward and actually started his stream like at a time he knew that Jim would be asleep, like early in the fucking morning, too early in the morning for his stream. Like it was clear that he didn't want to be stream sniped. He didn't want anybody to be able to have a conversation with him, even if it wasn't direct.
Delicious salads during the salad days of summer. That's why I belong at Applebee's.
There's been a lot of talk about this next song. This song is not a rebel song. This song is Sunday.
Oh, this is... Yeah, Sunday. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to try to give a little background information before we jump into
another
the really
recap for you.
So let's start at the beginning. Let me set the mood for you. Takes place at an Applebee's. There's our waiter, trying to bring us a nice soy latte. Look at him. He looks so proud of his outfit, doesn't he? Isn't he handsome? What a handsome boy he is. Well, our big boy, our big Applebee's waiter boy, he's very proud of his outfit. He's very proud of his amazing looking suit. It's highly tailored. I think it's Italian. We're talking maybe some Armani level shit. I can't really comment on it because I'm a suitless fuck. And artless. I'm artless and suitless.
Yeah, this suitless fuck that Sargon was so, so much better than and so not afraid of that he streamed so many hours ahead of time to fucking avoid confrontation.
So this is an amateur talking. But Sargon of Akkad was invited to the EU Parliament by the political party UKIP. And he was going to give a speech in front of everybody. He was very proud of this. This was a big accomplishment for him. And for whatever reason, and I couldn't tell you what it is, he decided he wanted to send me some messages about his big day as a breakout political actor. He wanted to share his glory, I suppose, with us peons. And so he sent his little Romanian vulture, V, and he flew across...
Okay, so this is confirmation then. Well, I don't know if it's confirmation, but Sargon, like the light Yagami he is, using his will, made it so Metokur saw that he was getting dissed for not having a suit. It was all according to plan. He was gonna burn him so well, but yet here we are.
Across the internet, and he delivered this, like the good little gelding he is. And these are some of the messages I received from Sargon of Akkad while he was preparing to speak at the fucking European Union. Jim is a scared little boy who needs to bully those smaller than him. I'm literally dealing with pan-European politics. I have a press conference about Article 11 and Article 13 today. I will be wearing a suit. Jim probably doesn't even own a suit. Blown the fuck out.
It is true, dude. Blown the fuck out. He literally was at the fucking parliament, too. This is no joke. He wants to be taken seriously, and he's doing these passive-aggressive high school girl shit on Twitter with his little in-between friends. It's just what's so funny about this whole drama to me.
How am I gonna pan-European politics? He's going to be wearing a suit. How could I compete with that? I mean, sure, you might read those messages and come away with a different impression. You might be reminded of, I don't know, something like this.
I am a division manager. That is very important.
Do not raise
very
your voice
important.
at me or
you
at
don't
Derek.
talk
Do
to
you
me
hear
like that.
Ted?
People are scared.
That's just perfect.
Drive a Dodge Stratus. You will fucking respect me. But Sargon went and he did his big boy thing. We're all very proud of Sargon's big boy accomplishment. And people were tweeting about it. You could see people from the European Union.
I wonder if Lewis, from the very beginning of this drama, is proud of Sargon, because, he went 100% into the liberalist movement, and then Sargon just like, I'm UKIP now. I don't know. I wonder if he's proud.
Talking about this, like War Plan Purple. At the European Parliament in Strasbourg with Count Dankula, David Coburn, and Nigel Farage as they show love to the working man. by posing for pictures with the staff of the local cafe. Isn't that nice of those finely dressed gentlemen to take a moment out of their day to take a picture with Sargon while he's, not too busy on his shift? I think that probably meant a lot to him. I mean, Sargon he's a...
Hold on, it does look ridiculous, dude. He does look like a fucking, it's not a lie. He looks like, there's no jokes to be had here. He looks like a fucking fast food manager with some business people. He doesn't, one of these things is not like the other, and it's fucking you, Sargon. What is that tie?
To take a moment out of their day to take a picture with Sargon while he's, not too busy on his shift. I think that probably meant a lot to him. I mean, Sargon he's a big boy now. He's a very big boy.
I'm a big kid, look what I can do. I can wear big kid pants too.
Pull-ups training pants work better than any other training pant. Pull-ups have leak shields. They keep wetness in and confidence high.
That tie. Aren't you proud of him? He's really come a long way.
Big kid confidence begins with pull-ups.
Look at the pride on
Mommy,
his face.
wow!
Oh.
I'm a big kid.
We're gonna get to the best part of it all. Now remember what I told you, Sargon is so scared of Jim that he started his stream when he knew Jim was asleep. We need to just get into friggin' Sargon's video, because we've heard a lot from Jim, we've heard a lot from Ethan Ralph. We need to see what Sargon has dug up. We know from the Who's Harassing Anita Sarkeesian video that he is a detective. He's got earth-shattering information. This is a stream that Jim should be shaking in his boots from.
Oh, don't jump ahead too far. Okay, I think the intro's almost over. Yep, the intro's almost over. We're gonna go right to audio. Now watch me click over to audio so you don't get confused. You might get really fucking confused about what's about to happen. Here we go. That audio bar is all the way to the right. Are my speakers broken? Hold on. I don't hear any sound. What? Can you speak up, Sargon? I'm not hearing anything. Clearly the master of technology, the young, hip, cool guy who's totally not a boomer himself, didn't start a fucking stream with his own audio muted like a fucking retard.
Sargon, the one who showed his dick out here with his "Hello, Jim. Here's your docs. I'm such a badass Hans Gruber villain over here." And it was on mute. Now, first of all, I'd like to say the Thinkeries. That's the channel where he'd upload his This Week in Stupid, where he'd have his intellectual discussions about how dumb people are. And now he's using that channel to dox somebody and get into a petty internet fight over suits. This is where we've fallen, and meanwhile, he is doing interviews, he is running for politics. He said I'm not an expert on exactly what's going on with the political story of Sargon, but he is going to parliament and whatnot, and this is what he's bringing to the world right now.
And then disabled his chat so nobody could tell him, "Hey retard, your audio is muted." That would be fucking embarrassing. Imagine how embarrassing.
And that is embarrassing too. He's gonna do this major expose, but he disabled the chat. It's almost like he doesn't want any pushback for nothing.
That would be. If you talk a bunch of shit to somebody, tell them you're going to stream at a certain time, then run away from that time because you're a pussy, disable your chat, and then fuck up your audio. And let's make it a nightmare scenario, hypothetically speaking, and you left that audio muted for 20 minutes, and you're just smugly chuckling to yourself. Just a big fat fucking soy smile on your face as you smugly chuckle. Look at, all the jokes I'm thinking of, they're all so funny. Oh, I bet the kids are going to love this. They'll print them on Kekistan shirts. But I guess
True, he is very boomerish for someone that started this cool 4chan mean country thing.
Are my headphones broken? Chat, can you tell me, are my headphones broken? I think maybe there must be something wrong here. Something's gone awry. Well, he's talking about a tweet. It's from Wild Smile. I'll read along until I can fix this clearly on my end audio issue. Let me get this straight. Warplan Purple, otherwise known as Sargon of Applebee's, is going to dox a guy for making fun of his suit? There's something compelling, or there's some...
That is exactly what is going on here. Don't be mistaken.
He jumped too fast. I just can't keep up with him. I don't have that youth and vigor that he does. I'm an old man. I can't keep up with this. Here's another one from Wild Smiled. I just don't approve of a big-time YouTube personality aspiring politicians intimidating people. That's kind of a deal breaker for me and many others. Intimidating people? What is he talking about? Well, Sargon did have a bunch of links in his description. They went to like Kiwi Farms. There were some screen caps from 4chan. I mean, we'll see him in the stream.
Yeah, Sargon, to be honest, still makes no sense to me. It's like he hates the alt-right. Like I said, like he could just be a normal person, like just with his own opinions. He's not really one side or the other. But it's like he does all this edgy shit. He likes the poll boards on 4chan and whatnot. And then he's always the first to be like, this is a bad person. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? It's like he's playing both sides of the fence. He's like more well-spoken Boogie, really.
And we'll probably hear him read along if he can, you know, fix his fucking audio. You know, watching this stream, when I first watched it, and just awestruck amazement at what was going on, when I first watched it, I was vaguely reminded of what it was like to have a grandparent with Alzheimer's, and how they just stare vacantly as their VCR flashed 12. Like it was a mystery of the universe. Like, why is that no?
Alright, so our homeboy here starts off the stream with no audio. There was a dox in the description. I feel like there was something else crazy. So he streams when Metokur's asleep, and basically what he's going over is Metokur was a part of this forum where this guy Haberman, he had trolls remorse and basically said he was a horrible person and they did horrible things. And Metokur was a part of this forum where this guy says he does horrible things. So that must mean he's horrible. That's basically the logic that Sargon's using, and like that's all he has. Let's see what is happening here.
Yeah, Sargon is particularly angry at Wild Smiled. I can't really comment on that. That's kind of like a side thing that was going on. But it's weird that Sargon would know what Wild Smile was even tweeting about, because Sargon doesn't have a Twitter account. Unless what every fucking person on Twitter is claiming right now is true, and that War Plan Purple is his Twitter account. And he's too...
Sargon is banned from Twitter at this point, remember? So he's running around with an alt. Luckily no one's snitching on him.
Too much of a pussy to admit it, I guess? I don't know. But we'll listen to this and then we'll jump ahead to the good bits.
Let me get this straight. War Plan Purple, otherwise known as Sargon of Applebee's, is going to dox a guy for making fun of his suit. That's some compelling, ethical behavior for you there, Sargon. Quite the future of politics in store for you. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know what kind of person dislikes a stream before it's even happened, but if you look at the stream now, there are probably well over 2,000 downvotes, because that's the sign of people who are certainly not mad on the internet. They are not bothered.
You know, not mad on the internet, like getting upset because somebody made a joke about your shitty looking suit, and then setting up a stream where you get angry at somebody.
True. Fucking Sargon. Fucking Sargon. Oh, I'm gonna make this petty little video crying about the whole suit thing. Or, you know, I'm the one who flings the suit thing and can't fucking take it. While at the fucking same time, can you guys look at these people who are downvoting me? What silly billies. What ignorant people. This drama is so... Guys. He goes to Parliament. This all started over a tweet. Speaking of tweets and comments, I do have a bit of something here in the research folder. Like I don't really know all the orbiters, but there's a YouTube channel that's called TLDR, you know, too long didn't read it. I guess they comment on things and sum it up for you. Now, this turned into a drama on its own. Sargon read this and did not like this, but it also sums up the drama pretty well. Stream summary. This is all stream summary of Sargon's stream, by the way. Jim's when this comment was made hadn't happened yet. Stream summary. Jim is a pedophile and sick people can't make videos. Sargon, you're acting like an egotistical moron on this issue. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. Oh wow, you gotta go meet some people once in a crappy suit that doesn't fit? Yes, you really are the most important person in the world. So much better than all the other internet plebes. Reality check. You're some randomer on the internet who's paid to be on board UKIP to get some cool kid points with the internet. You are not important to the party beyond being being a useful clown to catch a few extra eyes. Considering the raw numbers and the linear time, you've been barely any help to the party and have been vastly overshadowed by real-world events. Cedo, TLDR, you saying, Sargon, you're not anybody, shut the fuck up. You've openly stated that you oppose the party on several issues, and you've even gone so far as to brand yourself as the liberalist branch of UKIP. Oh god, the two things have merged. I know you think you're some sort of big politics smart man. You've been trying to create your own political party movement from day one, and every single one of them failed. See rationalist, skeptics, liberalist. Yeah, Sargon was around in a lot of groups. The only reason you're having any success now is from piggybacking off an already semi-successful political party that you are obviously trying to co-opt for your own ends. You were busy voting Labor and trying to reform the left, all while UKIP and its members were struggling to build what it has. Now that it has some manner of success, you're jumping ship and co-opting it, even going as far as to bring this personal beef up on an official party line, in this case Twitter. This is unprofessional in the extreme. This guy's like not just being like, oh, this is dumb, I like Metokur. Like, this is a non-biased party member, I assume, that's like, Sargon, you're an egotistical shithead, and your politics, like, you're fucking them up. You don't even believe what you're supposed to represent. You suck. It continues. You are not a politician. You are not smart enough to be one, not educated enough to be one, and are generally ill-fitted to get to the position in every possible way. You get excited about press conferences with the media. You constantly complain and seem to work under some delusion that they actually care what you have to say, rather than the reality they're just gonna smear UKIP with your white N-word comments, gay porn spam, and wouldn't even rape you BS. So, you know, basically the hits, Sargon's greatest hits. Is the news even reporting on Kekistan? Why is it just the bad stuff? Gosh, it's hard being Sargon. Picking this fight with Jim was foolish beyond description because you have not one single legitimate point to make. Asserting someone is engaging in child grooming is laughable. Oh, we'll get to that. Asserting that because someone has an illness that somehow means they can't take a few hours a week to put towards making videos on YouTube is also laughable. And now you silence your chat and begin to moderate your comments because you cannot handle the fact that you picked a stupid fight because your ego won't let you do otherwise. Cue Breaking Bad clip right here. If it hadn't been for your ego and your pride. Congrats, you've become everything you once stood against. Enjoy your career in politics. I'm sure it'll be just as illuminating to this world as the Hindenburg. Too long didn't read him, got it. Got him. Sorry. The reason I read that and I'm bringing it up is because, like I said, this is someone who's unrelated, really. Not involved in this. This was just a spectator saying, you're an ego bitch, stop. And still Sargon doesn't get the message. It's right in front of him explaining what his flaws are, but he cannot see it. It's just, like I said, that's why I find this fascinating. Like, how can someone get this far, have such a... And, like, I think Sargon's moved on and is doing better. He's not this person anymore, really. He just, you know, has fun doing his podcast. Talking about some boomer shit. He's fine now. But I just find it fascinating that how ego works like that, how you can believe in yourself so much that you can't see the things right in front of you. I have low self-esteem, so I can't even imagine. That's why I find it fascinating.
For making fun of your shitty little suit. Not mad like that, mad differently, I guess? A different kind of mad on the internet? But Sargon, the Kekistani lord, the ultimate young hip kid who's not a boomer at all and technically inept or stupid, he's gonna school us, so let's just keep listening.
At all that I'm talking about a particular guy and they are not acting in defense of him preemptively. There is nothing to hide here. There's nothing to fear. Nothing's going on, and there's certainly going to be loads of doxing involved. Wild Smile is not lying on the internet. He's being totally honest. I mean, he doesn't approve of big-time YouTube personalities or aspiring politicians intimidating people. It's kind of a deal breaker for him, because he's an ethical guy. I mean, he is jumping...
Well, I would disagree with Wild Smile on this. I'm going to have to take Sargon's side. He's not at all intimidating. Have you seen him? He looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Is he going to bake me?
I think the point here is Sargon just getting into petty shit with everybody. Let's get to the grooming allegations. That's what we're all here for, ain't it? Metokur, like I said, the person that love him or hate him, he's great at banter, he's down to earth. Is it possible that he's a groomer? What evidence does Sargon bring to the table? And how does Jim respond? Let's find out.
not grooming them, because that's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like a 30-year-old man grooming a bunch of kids to be part of his cool kids club for his own ego. And again, don't take my word for that. Let's talk to the person who was part of his little grooming operation.
We're gonna.
Sorry, Jim, the detective's talking. You're gonna get it, dude. You've been grooming bully children, friggin' getting them in your cool kids club so they can run around and say these vile things on stream. Jim's gonna get caught grooming in 4K. I don't know what defense he could possibly have.
Go deep into the grooming operation. I hope you're ready, chat.
Oh god, yeah, that was definitely the atmosphere in Metokur, was that we thought we were like really elite, you know, super users on the internet. We were on the cutting edge of trolling as an art form.
Were you actually?
No, not at all. I mean, we did some shit. If people know like school.
Wait a minute, I'm so super confused. Did a former member of Metokur just say that they weren't on the cutting edge of trolling? And that it was just kind of a fuck around thing? Because I could have sworn that Sargon just read us a 32-page long post about how the Juggalo Lord of Darkness rained fire down upon the innocent people.
So basically, Metokur's saying contradicting evidence here. Sargon put forward, hey, Metokur bad because part of bad forum with bad people. This guy admitted that we were bad people. And then this other guy saying, lol, it was stupid and cringe and didn't matter. So, like, which is it, Sargon? He really has nothing. It's like, that's why it wasn't even worth pulling up his stream individually, because, like, to be honest, there's just nothing.
Of the earth. That's confusing.
Shooter North American Tour 2012. That was a project that we did. That was a school shooting source mod. That
I've never heard of it, but it sounds awesome, and I'd definitely play it. but yeah, just to...
Yeah, Edgelord Sargon will play school shooting games every day, but you know, don't insult him with a cartoon on Twitter. He'll cry about it.
He wouldn't play it. It doesn't have anything to do with raising another dinosaur's children.
Just to be clear, and again, this keeps coming up, so I gotta skip to the timestamps. Sorry everyone. I know this is a pain. Be around here.
Just a bit, eh? Jesus. Okay, I gotta present everyone again. Let's keep going over it though here. Let me get the chat room back up. I lost it. Okay.
But to be fair, when you get down a little bit, he does, you know, make up some. Really
we'll be getting to that. We'll be getting to that in a minute. Okay. His justification for this is, of course, security, but I'll be.
Wow, you're worse at getting timestamps than me, Sargon. What the hell? Just a whole bunch of nerds. So those were the grooming allegations. You know, organized so well. This predator exposed.
Most of these groups,
were most of these groups teenagers?
Yes, definitely. He was.
So, I think we've established exactly the way that my good friend Jim works. He finds a group of young kids and then encourages them to join him on his escapades. And again, I'm going to call this grooming because that's exactly what it is. When a guy...
This is what grooming is, ladies and gentlemen. Sargon was being a birdie, everything is grooming, before birdie was even a thought. He was out here like, guys... If you train children to be soldiers of the internet, shitposting when they're underage, you're a groomer. That's the exact same thing. Metokur, I cannot believe, didn't get canceled after this.
A guy who's nearly 30 goes to a bunch of kids that are 14 and encourages them to do things. It's really fucking creepy.
Hey, all I've got to say is kids love lollipops. All right, I'm not the bad guy here. But let's talk about these accusations that I'm running a grooming circle on these forums. Now, Latvi Man talks about bullshit forums and he talks about Metokur. But one of the things he's, again, conveniently forgetting as he explains his story, and this is something you can all look into if you'd like to. There's a Scottish gentleman, a very rich Scottish gentleman, who happened to love video game reviewers back in the early days of YouTube. Names like Armic21, Urinating Tree. He wanted to create a forum for them to come hang out on. And so he did.
Yeah, that's basically what the forum was. It wasn't like we're gonna all troll, let's do gay ops all day. It was really, let's all discuss the dumb YouTube videos we watch, angry video game nerds and whatnot. But most importantly, that was the grooming allegations. That was it. That's what Sargon's brought to the table. This is his response after all these streams on the kill stream, them all dunking on Sargon. This is what he's come back with. Let's get to Sargon's closing thoughts. Maybe he can wrap it up. Maybe he's been cooking. Maybe he can bring it back.
Think of a way of saying that that's not going to be offensive, insulting to you. So maybe it is. So anyway, was there anything else that I wanted to get on?
Oh, time for closing thoughts. He's getting to the end finally.
I think that's it. But like I said, good luck with all the views. It's going to matter. You're going to need it. You need those dem super chats for them dem medical bills that I'm sure are piling up on your desk as we speak. I mean, who am I kidding? Jim, you're just a fucking liar. You are just a liar. You lie to yourself, you lie to other people, you lie about other people, and at the end of it, you're the one who profits. You're the one who makes money.
Metokur's the one who makes entertaining content that a lot of people like. When he streams, he's getting like 10, 11, 12k upward every time, even till this day. Sargon, you know, enough said. What do I even need to say? This just, you've got nothing, brah. I say to drama that's like 8 years old. But I need to go back because there's another Sargon makes another accusation that's going to go full circle on something. This involves Metokur's illness, which he still suffers to this day. It's like cancer AIDS, like no immune system while having cancer. Like he's an actual Dr. House case. Like on Dr. House where someone's got like 7 cancers at once and their eyeballs are bleeding out. Like that is Metokur. That's not a joke. And I think around this time is when the illness is starting and he's taking breaks from making videos. And Sargon takes issue with that.
You're reaching that point soon. I don't usually go into personal details, but my health isn't the best, and lately it's been on the downturn, and you can definitely hear it in the joy with which he approaches everything on a stream. You can tell that this man is deeply, deeply unwell.
Well, he is right. I am experiencing massive levels of joy, specifically right now. Sargon is he's like an alabaster potion. He's a magical cure-all for any ailment that could affect you. We need to bottle your little doughboy ass up and sell you to sick people, Sargon.
I have a better idea later in this week on the future of this and videos altogether. Depending on how things go, I might be closing up shop. If I do, I'll be shutting down the Patreon, though I'll leave the channel up so you can watch the videos that are already there. Again, not sure how this will all turn out, but I figured I'd give you all a heads up in the meantime. Thanks for the support while this Patreon has been active, while I've been making videos. It's definitely helped. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that it's definitely helped. And I'm glad that I can truly believe that this is real and not a complete lie. And not a way of milking money out of the children that you've been grooming on the internet using their parents.
You see, this is why this needs discussed, this drama. No one can ever forget about it. There's been some awful videos, awful exposed videos that's come out the last year. In Praise of Shadows, talking about how Wendigoon is the devil for wearing a Hawaiian shirt or whatever. That's on a very high level there, you see. King of Nothing saying that there's so many things to hate on Ethan Klein for, but people say he sold NFTs once, so he's a bad person. Game Grumps, they use someone's freaking game FAQ username one time. People talk about this stuff still, but they don't talk about Sargon building up the event, building up I got this exposed video, and he's saying someone's a groomer because people want to troll like him, and how dare he take down his Patreon because he's sick. This Sargon, the wannabe politician, put this out, said these statements, and was proud of himself. It's just what's... Don't let this drama die, please.
Smugly chuckles. Well, I know, it's terrible of me as a content creator that's running a Patreon to update that Patreon and say, hey, maybe I'm, getting to the point of being too sick to continue this. So if the Patreon disappears tomorrow, thanks for the support. I mean, keeping the people that are paying you money updated on what you're doing is a completely super troll thing to do. We learned that at troll school. Haberman, the Juggalo Lord of the 24-Hour Ops, taught me this firsthand. He said, Jim, be responsible to the people that pay you money. That's how you get them. You get them good, buddy.
He's saying it there. That's basically what he's doing. I'm gonna be sick. I don't know if I can put out what's promised. So, you know, this Patreon might not be a thing if I can't do it because I don't want you paying. He's not Spoony. Spoony who said, give me money and I'll make a movie and I'm just gonna be crazy for like 7 years. Jim doesn't set out to do that. He knows the tale of Spoony. So there's nothing wrong. So I don't see what Sargon's complaint here, but Sargon's also, can you believe that Anita didn't show up to a conference? People paid to see her. Typical user behavior. See what I got on the docket so we can move along since it is pretty late. Get to the good shit. Well, okay, there's one more funny thing here. I mean, the whole stream's funny. Go watch it on your own. It's Metokur ripping on him. I don't know who this wild smile is that Sargon's got beef with.
But he's gonna go fuck their wife. It's very politically, it's a big boy. It's a big boy move. It's a big brain move.
Oh, it's Ethan Ralph. Yeah, okay, so, that's cool. Sargon the paragon of everybody should be equal and life is great. Fucking, yo, Ethan, I'm gonna fuck your wife.
Always. No BBC reporter would be interested in a politician talking about wanting to fuck other men's wives. Smart thinking. So anyway, he left that comment to, Ralph's wife, Nora. Nora had a response. I was confused when I heard this response. Maybe you could help me out. Let's read along. Is that really his account? I'm sorry to disappoint, but I lack a penis that Sargon likes on his ladies. May I recommend David Shitrat instead? Ugliest.
Okay, what I was hoping would find here is that there was a part. Is it coming up? Okay, here it is. Yeah. Remember, people being transphobic. I do not condone some of the things that are being said here. It's just the context of the drama, you know?
Soviet Union,
that
the
looks
United
like his
States,
wife.
and Britain.
Question.
They
Why
support
can't you help
all
yourself when it
foreign
comes to
policy
flirting with
decisions
women?
made by the United
Sargon was doing a stream, or someone was doing a Dungeons and Dragons stream, and this message is there. This message from his wife. This message for all the viewers to see.
A couple of days
Britain
after the
and
whole
Russia.
booth.
All the time.
God damn it.
Always.
Had that volume on. You know what? I'm gonna play that again. Fucking Boomer Jim.
Same.
Fucking Boomer Jim. Let me just turn the audio down. That's not the important bit. There we go. That's on his stream, a Facebook message pops up from his wife. Question: why can't you help yourself when it comes to flirting with women? Just a couple of days after the whole booth thing, you message a fucking transgender telling them how good looking they are. What the fuck is your problem? Clearly cannot trust you. Why would his wife be bringing...
Think we figured out why Sargon's afraid of the transgenders. He just can't live in excess like that. Okay, we're getting to the primo, the kino here. I'm sorry there was a lot of jumping around and maybe the story's not coherent, but you know, it basically is someone got offended at tweets. So Sargon fired back with, you probably don't own a suit, and it turned into a funny internet fight. But then comes, you know, after all this streaming, after, you know, all the blood shed and all the oh, you can't use that word that way, like blood sated, you know, like, I need to get my bloodlust sated. Does that make any sense? Like, you can't use that as a verb. Shut up me. Anyway, part 3 is the good shit. Part 3 is just... Let's just let it roll.
Obviously, we have to talk about Metokur, right? I mean,
really? Why?
Well, I mean, it's just.
This is, like I said, this is after all the streams are done. This is a bit longer, but Sargon, I think for context, Sargon's still up to shenanigans. Ethan Ralph was gonna do his little kill stream, and Sargon didn't like that Ethan Ralph's on Metokur's side, I guess, so was trying to get him deplatformed. Is what's going on here, and Sargon's playing like, I don't know nothing, I'm smarter than everybody. I'm gonna let it roll.
Something that's not really...
Isn't he playing with furries or something?
Well, we tried to get you guys on stream to talk forever, and a matter of fact, we did it.
Email me. He knows how to contact me. If he wants to talk, I'm happy to talk to him anytime.
Okay, all right.
But what are the actual things?
So says the guy that literally needed a Romanian carrier pigeon.
The things you want to talk about.
Well, okay.
That aren't just drama, you know. Let's not bother with that.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what is drama though? Like, what is your? How about this? To go philosophical, what is your definition of drama? So, I mean, you can look at almost any topic and say, well, you know, this displeases me. This is just drama. I don't want to talk about this.
That's a great question. I don't know. I suppose I would just say
Sargon thought he could talk shit and not get hit. Thought he was alone, but looks like Mr. Metokur got on that call.
Where are my appetizers? I've been waiting.
Yeah, I would just say it's
30 minutes waiting. Where are my appetizers? My frittatas are going to get cold. Can I speak to? Can I speak to your manager?
No.
This service is horrendous. I heard you were going to be pitching a big-brained idea, so I wanted a front row seat to watch it.
Yeah.
I promise I'll start shutting up, but here it is. Here's the build-up. Sargon's been, I guess, you know, to bring an olive branch to everybody he's been doxing and fucking with. He's got a great idea. He needs to share this great idea. It's going to bring them, the crew, the original Gamergate Twitter shit poster crew back together.
Actually, I'm kind of glad you're here, Jim.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
I am actually. I'm genuinely glad.
Hey, Ralph, can I say one thing before we hear this amazing idea? 20,000 viewers, and look who shows up in chat. How you doing? How you doing, Carl?
How you doing? I'm good. So, you know they keep talking about Gamergate.
No, who's they?
The left.
The collective left of it.
Reminder, I didn't know what the hell Gamergate was until recently.
They all gotten together to discuss this? Okay.
Yeah, they go on about it all the time. The latest one was, you know, obviously Kavanaugh, the guy who is alleged to have been in the room with him was a guy called Mark Judge. He apparently wrote 2 articles in support of Gamergate, citing Mr. Repsion, a YouTuber.
I did see that. We talked about in the kill stream. I don't know how many times.
One person in the White House that day had heard of Gamergate and wrote a paper on it. This means the message got across. That's what crazy be. He's been through so many movements now, liberalists, UKIP, all that, and like we're back to the original now, Gamergate, where it all started. Interesting.
You know how often you get to catch.
Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
We did talk about it on the show.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago. But that's pretty recent, really. And then you think like all the other ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's recent if you don't watch Ralph, but if you watch Ralph Weekly, you heard about it when it was breaking news.
That's okay. That's great. But
no, it is great. The audience loves it. We love being on top of current events. That's what makes it so delicious to watch Ralph. He's sumptuous, don't you know?
I'm sure it does. But it's not just that, is it? You know, there are
Ethan Ralph being complicated. Ethan Ralph getting, you know, credit for being on top of news and putting on a good show. Insert the how could this happen to me? Like I said, I was just so shocked listening to these, being like, he was coherent at one time. Damn.
There are loads of other, and we could find a huge list of things that they've said about Gamergate to magnify it. I mean, I have seen the most colossal overreaches in the description and sort of influence of Gamergate coming from the left, you know, like The Guardian, The Independent, you know, like shit like this. They bring up all the time, and they're always making Gamergate out to be this giant fucking boogie monster. And the FBI investigated Gamergate and found that Gamergate did nothing wrong.
I feel like I'm in a time warp. We're in 2018, right? This.
Did the FBI really investigate? Said what? Like, I just love how all these people used to be in the trenches with them back in the Gamergate days, and they're all of them, even Ethan Ralph's like, you're still talking about that? What?
Hashtag is dead at this point. It's been 4 years. I mean, I feel like we're talking like about Chinology. Should I get my Guy Fawkes mask on to talk about this gay shit?
No, you're missing the point. We're not talking about Gamergate, right? It doesn't really matter about Gamergate. What matters is the boogeyman that the left have conjured up. And they've conjured up a fucking hell of a boogeyman. And you know they're still afraid of it. It's still there under the surface, right? They have this kind of subconscious fear, I think, and that's why they keep bringing it up. I mean, fuck, Justin Trudeau condemned Gamergate. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Well,
right?
The thing I want people to notice about this stream going forward is Sargon's the only one who laughs at his own comments. we're bringing out the heavy hitters. Justin Trudeau and one guy in the White House brought up Gamergate. And still nobody cares.
Carl, I have to be fair. I have to say it really depends on the politician now, doesn't it?
I guess it would, yeah.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you've got to take it on a case-by-case basis.
You do.
Yeah,
and
who
on the other side might actually support Gamergate?
Who on what sides are we talking about?
Democrats and Republicans.
Who supports Gamergate in the Republican camp? I fucking don't know.
Mark Judge.
I don't pay.
I can tell you literally, Mark Judge, the guy.
Wow, what happened to it being about ethics and video game journalism? Why are we all being all political? Sargon, I think you lost the true point.
Who was alleged to have been in the room with Kavanaugh supports Gamergate.
Congratulations for Mark Judge, I guess.
But what? I guess just where are you going with this exactly?
Isn't that funny? Isn't that just fucking?
Let him cook, Ethan. Let him cook.
Amazing. Like the idea that there's a Gamergate supporter, like in the room with a guy who's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman, who is then the center of the entire.
Can you believe that a man who wrote a paper on Gamergate was in the same room as someone who might have sexually assaulted a woman? Crazy. Those are definitely the things you want to put in people's brains while saying Gamergate did nothing wrong. You're so great at the PR, Sargon. I can't imagine how you weren't first choice when it came to leading a political movement.
Fucking like world's media for a week. That's fucking incredible.
It was a bit surreal, but what I mean, where are you going with this though? That's what I don't.
Well, where do you think I'm going with this?
I have no idea.
Sargon, I literally have no idea.
You can do this.
Let him cook.
I'm not even being sarcastic. Like you messaged me, and can I just say you messaged me and you seemed like really hype about whatever the idea was.
I'm fucking hype.
And I have no idea what you're talking.
This hype has been building since before this stream. This is gonna be good.
And then you start talking about Gamergate, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah, this is why I'm thrilled you're here, Jim. I am fucking thrilled you're here, right? I'm thrilled that you guys, some of the core people,
put down the beef, Jim. Like I said, this is kind of him like putting down the olive branch. He's ready to be over the drama because he's gonna share this genius plan with everybody.
People in Gamergate here, so I can talk to you about this. This is exactly what I wanted. Do you not think it would be really interesting to see how far we can make this go?
Who's we? That sounds very collectivist. I thought we were individualists here, Carl.
The collective internet. Do you not think that would be funny?
Do you think anybody on the internet gives two fucks about Gamergate at this point? It's become a joke.
No, I don't, Jim. That's the point. That's the entire point.
What is your pitch exactly? Get the band back together? Is that what you're saying? Like I don't understand.
What would look? They think Gamergate is a tremendous, universal, and categoric evil, right?
Nobody talks about it and nobody cares except people like me who want to know context for shit like this. Literally, but to him, what I think it is everybody shitting on him for the UKIP shit, everyone shitting on him for the stream shit. There was one time where no one shat on him, and that was when he did Gamergate, anti-SJW, anti-Anita Sarkeesian content. Everybody loved him then. I don't think this is like a joke. I don't think this is Mimi ha-has. I think he wants to go back to when he was someone.
Who else do they think is a categoric evil?
I feel like I'm fucking lost. What are we talking? What is your plan? What's your idea? Hit us with it.
Try and use a bit of, just try and look a bit ahead. Just look a bit ahead.
I love that he's recovered from the beatdown that Jim gave him because he's already back to smug. Let's see if you can guess. Of course, if you guys are so intellectual, you'll be sure to be able to figure out my grand master plan.
If we're talking about Gamergate, I'm looking behind me, not ahead of me.
No, you're not. You're looking way, way ahead. But you just, I don't know. You can't seem to do it, can you?
No, I can't. I need you to shine a light on it.
Think of it from the left wing's point of view. Right? They are genuinely afraid of Gamergate, which is why they keep talking about Gamergate.
Is the punchline here Gamergate did 9/11? Because we made that joke already.
No.
I voted for Obama and whatnot. I just don't remember the part where we all had to like batten down the hatches because the toxic gamers were rising up. I'm not scared. Sargon thinks I was though.
Oh, but it could be something nearly like that, like effectively like that, right? So,
but what?
So,
what are you saying? Like, is it what I said though? What are you saying?
Saying Gamergate raped and killed a woman behind an Arby's in 1990?
No,
that was just
I'm
me,
saying
Gator, not
bigger and
Gamergate.
better,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So again, if Gamergate is the eternal boogeyman, what would be the worst thing that Donald Trump could do?
Bringing in current. See, we're back where we started. Donald Trump is involved in this now.
He's not going to co-sign Gamergate. He doesn't even know what to do.
But it could.
Honestly, Zidane is what made the kill stream because he was just born to. He's better than Keemstar. He's just born to deliver the news as plain as fact. Donald Trump is not going to co-sign Gamergate.
Tweet out hashtag Gamergate.
You literally said it in a tone like you're telling your toddler that Santa Claus don't, like, not toddler, older kid. Santa doesn't exist. I lied to you.
So it's like,
most people have no idea what Gamergate was or is. I don't think you realize that it's a thing on the internet, but most people have.
So
no
yeah,
idea
we talked about this before.
I of course know exactly what Gamergate was because I was in it.
Yeah, we all know.
I wouldn't presuming what people are thinking like that.
We all know. I'm just saying the public.
I was there, guys. I was in the trenches. I was telling them whammon that no one was harassing them. I held the good fight. You guys remember? You remember?
Look at large, probably maybe 25%. Yeah. Now everybody on Twitter knows what the fuck it is. A lot of the journalists and stuff know what it is, but as far as the public at large, they don't.
Okay, how do you get black people to join the alt-right?
Give them watermelons.
Fried chicken and Kool-Aid help.
Do not condone, but the analogy is still stupid, so it doesn't matter. It's stupid. The fucking whatever Sargon's gonna say, we've heard enough from Sargon to know it makes no sense, and it's gonna have a lot of big words in it.
Appreciate that humor. Come on, my fellow white. I know you like those jokes.
Honestly, I thought.
Whoa! But for context, if you want context on what that is, I highly suggest you want entertainment. Go listen to the debate of Sargon of Akkad versus Richard Spencer. No one will be. You won't be any wiser for listening to it, but actually don't.
That was a bit slow. You get Hillary Clinton to denounce the alt-right.
Wait, sorry. Was there a punchline? I could only hear crickets.
It's not.
Oh, you're being serious. I'm sorry.
It's already happened, Jim. This is documented and verifiable. When Hillary Clinton denounced the alt-right, loads of black people took to Twitter saying, well, I guess I'm alt-right then. And I was speaking to a few of the alt-right people, and they were freaking the fuck out, thinking the idea that a bunch of black people are going to invade a white supremacist movement because
that didn't happen, Sargon. Sorry, I'm not one of those people that goes like things that didn't happen, but things that didn't happen. That's why I'm like, this analogy's stupid. So anything said here can just be disregarded.
Nobody really knew, and so Hillary Clinton kind of set the narrative on it.
I mean, I don't have like official membership numbers from the alt-right, but is there any evidence that caused a spike? Okay, yeah.
But it was just, people, you'd see a lot of people on Twitter sort of freaking out about it, and understandably so. I mean, if you're a white supremacist, the last thing you want is black people stealing your movement or something. That's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, funny. I remember her speech and everything.
What does this have to do with Donald Trump and Gamergate? Sargon is too smart for me.
I actually thought that was a tactical mistake. She wasted a whole day of campaigning, bitching about, fucking
massive
Breitbart and
shock.
Pepe the Frog. What was that all about? Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, but imagine them whinging about that to the point where Hillary Clinton feels the need, and Justin Trudeau feel the need to denounce Gamergate, effectively the alt-right.
How does this help you? How does this help you, Kip? That sounds like you would.
Helping UKIP.
Well, but you're talking in American context or Canadian context. How does, I mean, I thought you were like, kind of jumping in the political cycle over there. How does this help them?
I'm not saying it helps anyone. Are you guys about helping people, are you?
He's not. I believe Sargon is helping. I do believe that this great idea of his is the olive branch. After all the streams, after all the pettiness, he's just back to his good old self here.
I legit have no idea what you're going for.
I wouldn't come to you if I wanted help, Jim. Let's be honest. I mean, like, I saw the last stream you did, where you're like saying, I don't care about anyone here. I don't care about Ralph. We don't come to you for help, Jim. We come to you for
you already did, and I told you no, Sargon.
Listen, right? If someone comes to you at all, it's because they want a god almighty troll. A troll to end all trolls. That's what they come to you for.
Dude, like, why'd Metokur even have a Patreon? I didn't know, like, he was a troll for hire. Like, he's the end-all, be-all. Like, you'll find him in Russia as, like, a sleeper agent or something. Just posting Pepes to perfection. Here, we're full circle. Like, here we are back at the beginning. Sargon's sucking Metokur's dick after letting me remind you, calling him a groomer, calling him all this horrible stuff, doxing him. We're back to the beginning.
Okay, I just want to hear the pitch idea, because I'll be
I'm
honest,
still.
The last time you pitched me an idea, okay, and you can go reread the conversation, was on Skype. And Google was.
I don't care.
I want to just make the record clear.
I'll tell you exactly what the goal is.
When Google was crushing, why won't you let me finish my point? When Google
because you're making a silly point.
You just don't want to be embarrassed. I know you don't want to be embarrassed. Let me finish my story. Sargon, then you let me talk, won't you? You'll let me talk.
Yes, let's talk one at a time.
Thank you. It's a big boy conversation.
Do you want the pitch or not?
You really don't want this story out there, do you?
Jim, you've done a stream about it, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Jim, just release it. I don't care. Just release it.
I just want to go over the conversation.
We saw this stream. Sargon, I guess, thinks Metokur's made another video on him because he's so important. He's so important that, he knows that there's just there's another video. But, I don't believe Metokur did like he did the Sargon stream, but that's it. Everything else had its own theme after that. He'd mention them, but there was no secret crazy video that Sargon was given permission to unleash.
The last great idea you had, the big-brained idea you had before about Google and how you could fight back against the apocalypse, was by taking.
What was it? I can't remember.
You were so excited. You told me, Jim, we just have to tell everybody that we're Google's friends. We have to, if we appease you quite literally went through the method. If we appease Google, Google will fight for us and give us our money back.
Well,
and
it turns out there was a lot of information we didn't have there. Did that come out afterwards?
Well, who told you it was a bad idea, though? I told you that's how it was going to play out, and you were so convinced. I was like, "Go for it," because it's just a terrible idea. Right. So I want to hear. I want to hear your next idea. I want to hear your next.
Did you see the good sensor thing?
I did. We read the entire article on there.
We read the Breitbart leaks. Yep.
Yeah. Was that all out when I had that conversation with you?
Well, it's just kind of common sense. Why would you expect a mega corporation to give two fucks about a bunch of little YouTubers?
I don't know. Maybe,
Sargon,
maybe
not. You thought if you were their friends, they were going to protect you. It was the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Maybe it's not. Who knows?
Well, no, obviously it was, because we've seen how it played out with the leaks. Okay, great. So I want to hear what your next great idea is.
That one thing was true and one thing was false. Okay.
I want to hear what your next great idea is. So how does Gamergate help us take?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually interested. Like, I don't.
I was with Ethan Ralph. I was interested. I was like, please stop turning this political or doing whatever you're doing. Please get on subject. What is your idea?
I don't know where you're going with this, man, and I really just don't know. Like, I'm completely lost. I'm lost.
I can't believe that you haven't figured it out yet.
Well, the only thing I could figure out, it sounded like you were talking about resurrecting Gamergate. That's the only thing I could figure out, but maybe I'm off base. I don't know.
Okay. Gamergate, obviously, it doesn't exist anymore, right? It's not an activist movement
really,
on
no.
the internet anymore.
Yeah.
So he knows. So why? That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. We all understand this, right? So whenever I say Gamergate, I'm not saying us as activists doing things for ethics in video games journalism or against, for any, we're not participating in Gamergate anymore, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
I pulled the shit on that shit.
Bravo, well done. Yeah, you guys are fab, right? Now,
wait, you quit Gamergate too, Sargon. Don't act like
you did. You said it was over.
You made a big public thing about quitting Gamergate. Don't act like we did the only ones.
Didn't I make a big public thing about quitting Gamergate? You sure there wasn't Jim?
Oh no, I wanted people to know how many f***s were involved in that movement. Yeah, you're absolutely.
Whoa, but yeah, that's how Metokur left. As I said, he put a video up as the internet aristocrat and said, "There's too many grifters here, and whatever message there was is lost. So peace out." And then everybody else followed him like lemmings. But now Sargon wants to resurrect it, apparently.
No, but you did. You actually did. I mean, you put out a video like Gamergate's over, work done. I mean, am I off base? Like, I mean, if I'm wrong, you can.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm like quitting anything. That just means
okay. Well, you said so.
But anyway.
All right.
Getting back to it, right? So, but the idea of Gamergate is now imprinted in the narrative of the left, right?
It's. I mean, I still see people talk about it from time to time. Yeah, it's usually like scare tactics from the media and stuff. Yeah,
it's scare tactics. They're worried about another Gamergate coming along.
Every day, guys, I light a candle, I put it in the window, and I pray to whatever God will have me listen. Please don't let the gamers rise up again. Don't let it happen. Not to me. The world can't take it. Please, no. So I was appalled to hear all this.
I don't really think they are, to be honest with you. I think they've got their own agenda going forward.
Just saying it for the sake of saying it.
Sargon, what's dumb as fuck is saying, let's do Gamergate 2.0. I'd rather fuck myself with a rake than do that.
But I know that's where you went. You don't know what the proposal is yet, but you've made assumptions.
What you're building up to sure sounds dumb, but okay, I guess I can admit I'm wrong. If you've got a better angle, let's hear it.
This is the wrongest that Metokur has ever been. I can't believe he would sit here and say this idea sounds dumb. I'm still with Ethan, Ralph. This build up. I'm ready.
Yeah, I do. You ready?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, we are.
Yeah. I reckon we can get Donald Trump to defend Gamergate.
No.
Why not?
But why would he though? You just said Gamergate.
I had the exact same reaction as today when I heard this. He needs Donald Trump to defend Gamergate. This thing that they all abandoned that they didn't care about. He needs this to happen. Let's let him go.
This is over.
Why would he? Why would he? The fucking troll in chief. Why would he defend Gamergate? Oh, there are lots of reasons.
I mean, usually he kind of gets involved in stuff that's like breaking news. You know what I mean? Like it seems to be.
What would the benefit even be to that? I mean, he's already made comments about Charlottesville, where he said there was violence on both sides. They got angry for like a week or two. It was in the mainstream media, and then they didn't give a shit. So, let's say he does go and say Gamergate wasn't a big deal. You got a news blurb, and then nobody cares again.
They still talk about Charlottesville all the time.
So you want to try to trick Donald Trump into talking about Gamergate?
Why would I need to trick him?
Well, because he's not obviously done it himself, so you're going to have to spur that along.
I don't think he knows anything about Gamergate.
Of course he doesn't. Most people don't.
Yeah, but you literally implied that he knew something, right?
Listen, Sargon, my point is, let me say this real quick. My point is, he usually gets involved in stuff. He very much avidly follows the media, but he usually gets involved in like breaking news stories or hot cultural topics, like kneeling at the NFL games and stuff like that. This is kind of
Twilight about not getting back together with the girl who cheated on him. Like Donald Trump,
but that was before he was president. So
yeah, that was back in 2007. That was Donald Trump's thing. He was really mad that Kristen Stewart cheated on Robert Pattinson. And because of that, Sargon thinks that Donald Trump knows what Gamergate is. I guess, correlation. Actual celebrities that are in magazines and all over national television versus Twitter Spurgfest.
Now he picks his battles a little more carefully.
Understands the importance of culture.
Sure, I agree with that. Yeah.
And he gets involved. He gets directly involved belligerently.
Also true, but Gamergate's not really a thing now, though.
I know. Look, The fact that the left still remembers it like a wound is why it's important, right? For them, I don't think they were expecting this kind of consumer revolt, this revolt from the bottom. I really don't think they were expecting it. And I think it's really freaked them out. I mean, like, I'll probably go through, like, you know, the Guardian coverage in the last year or something on Gamergate and, like, the independent coverage, because they still make articles about it. They still talk about it. They still fear.
I don't know if that's true. Remember when Joe Rogan pressed Sargon saying, you know, what journalists are talking about that? Can you pull up an article? And he was like, they're gonna. So, like, I don't believe him here.
It. And if we get Donald Trump just to tweet out, I mean, you know, just a tweet that mentions the hashtag Gamergate, it doesn't even necessarily matter how he uses it. Man, the blue check marks are going to shit their fucking pants.
They are gonna lose it. I think a lot of them will be like, what is Gamergate? Are we mad about it? And if you tell them they're supposed to be mad about it, they will be, but they will lose it. Like I said, every day I pray to whatever God will have me that the gamers won't rise up. And Sargon wants it to be memed. He wants to throw this joke in front of our faces like this. He's a savage. You know what? Why is he doing podcasts and like just moving on with his life? He should be he should be canceled. This isn't funny. I'm kidding. It's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry if you're not a connoisseur and just can't understand why. This is the end of this drama, the olive branch of, guys, this stupid fucking thing that no one cares about. Let's do it. Like, this is like the beginning of an Ocean's 11 heist, really. Like, he's really wanting to bring the band back together, and this is how he's doing it. I don't think Ethan Ralph was wrong. Ethan Ralph is just W's this whole thing. It's a shame what happened to him. It's a shame that he got involved with the Kristen Weston Chandler.
You are going to see the spurging of a lifetime. Donald Trump supports Gamergate. They are going to flip their fucking shit.
I'd rather see him talk about Veronica's. Hey, hear me, guys? Gangweed. What's up? What's up, my fellow gamers? Rise up! Time for the jokers to take it back.
But who cares, man? Don't you think it would be so fucking funny to watch them do this? Like, the reactions would be.
Well, how do you propose to do that? Like, I don't know. I just think it's unlikely to see him go out and do hashtag Gamergate.
I'm not saying guaranteed, you know, and this is why I'm not saying I can do it on my own.
Are you trolling us right now? Like, what is this? Like,
this
I don't
reminds me of that Millennial
trolling.
Woes conversation you had where you're like, dude, Millennial Woes, you should act like an SJW. That's a super smart thing.
Yeah,
This sounds
acting like an SJW would get the white nationalists legitimacy.
Oh, these are some big-brained ideas.
For real, how do we get to white nationalists from tweeting about Gamergate? I know I thought I had Gamergate figured out, but why did this have to happen to video games? Couldn't people just play the video games or not play the video games if they don't like the video games? Or do better research on if they like the video game? Why are white nationalists involved in this? Why was a political party born from a YouTube channel that bitched about women? How did we get here? The funniest part of the whole stream is broken my head. This person's a grown adult. He's a stepfather. I think that's admirable. I'm not one of these horrible people calling him a cuck or nothing. I think that's great. But he's gotten mad at the internet. Just sad. Sad, see? I changed my emotion. So that's basically my favorite part right there. Like I said, the resolution of we need Donald Trump to tweet about Gamergate and everybody just collectively laughing in his face. Of course, there's more to the story. And Jim did another stream, and you should go watch it. There's really nothing for me to add to it because he explains it. Sargon runs for election. Sargon said a lot of stupid shit in the past, so he gets milkshakes thrown at him. Sargon, I wonder when getting milkshakes thrown at him ever thinks, man, Jim once upon a time, in a cringe stream with my friend Louie, told me, don't let my ego get to the best of me. But instead he said, Jim, you probably don't even own a suit. Like I said, it led to this man. Sargon's probably a nice fella. Like, I'm sure, like, if Anita Sarkeesian would have actually sat down and had a conversation with him, I'm sure they would have had a good time. He seemed, like I said, like, this is what I like about this drama. There's no pedophiles here. Like, the grooming allegation, let's just pretend that doesn't exist for a moment, be charitable. None of that. It just really is someone's ego. And like I said, it's just almost like a stereotypical villain with how pompous he fucking is. That's what I love about it. I'm wrapping up here, but the quartering. The quartering was part of the Kapos, you know, one of Sargon's night guards. Started messing with Metokur too. Started like trying to get him to have bad super chats. He'd get banned from YouTube, and then Keemstar snuck him on a stream with the quartering. That was a pretty good stream. So anyway, I hope I can communicate why this is so funny, the build up, the pettiness. I hope you like there's Hercules, there's like the Iliad, and then there's the tale of Sargon the Akkad. No, not that one from like Mesopotamia or whatever. Like the one on the internet who said, I don't like SJWs, and the internet that said, you're kind of pompous. And then milkshakes got thrown. That's the tale. Thank you for joining me.